Hello and welcome to the Candycane 250 here on Roblox. Today we are having a bunch of drivers today get together from several leagues across the platform, I suppose is what the world will be. And we are going to be having a 250 lap race around this very, very short track. I've been told it's even shorter than Bristol. So hopefully we'll see some very close, tight-knit racing today, and hopefully nobody runs away with it, so it's entertaining. I have with me today Super Soldier. My name is X Wide Receiver X, and Super Soldier, do you have anything for us to start off the bat here?
Well, like you said, we've got a bunch of drivers from different leagues, so that makes it definitely very interesting. We've even got a YouTube, you could say sensation maybe with bite blocks. So that should make it very, very interesting.
Yeah, hopefully so. We have a bunch of strong drivers here too, top of the class in mostly all of their respective leagues. We have, I guess we'll start from the top of the grid now. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Or at least from the start of the pits that I see. We have starting first, or in the first pit slot at least. Bite blocks in second. We have Cobra Leon 21 in third, Zaydencore 24 in fourth, Shulk 505 in fifth, Trainwreck in sixth. We are going to get run over. Yikes Piano or Kyle Boosh in seventh, Chris Smartcoder 2432 in eighth, CC13C in ninth, XX Dragonfire 200 in 10th. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Beast, I'm going to assume is his name he goes by. In 10th, Vitawa 11th, Clone Ninja 15th and 12th. We skip a pit stall. I don't know who that is. They're supposed to be. But then we have Phil Almighty in the 13th or 14th spot. AJ Down 3 in the 14th spot. Stampy Funcat in the 15th spot. And Jack Liam's 102 in the 16th spot. So we have 16 drivers currently in the pits getting ready to start this race. And from, I think, 3 different leagues is where these people usually congregate? Or is there more?
I believe it's 3. Yeah, 3.
Yes. So it's BIRA, SCR, and Jackal, if you want to call it.
Could be more.
Could be more. Could be more leagues that we don't necessarily know about in the mainstream, but those are the big ones that we have so far. I think we have 6 or 7 drivers from Jackal, from D1 and D2, and then we have.
Yeah.
I don't know where I can't tell where some of these people are from, but I think we have 5 from SCR and 6 from Bira. At least the leagues that they mainly race in. And we have our wonderful race control, Deviki and JRN2, or I'm pretty sure as we like to call it, Toasted Deviki. Or is there another name that we like to call him?
Icky. Icky's fine.
All right. I forget what the other his alt used to be named. I think it was Toaster Baked Deviki. It's always what I'd call him. But again, 250 laps around this track with 15 or 14 second lap times, high 14s, low 15s, and fuel that will last you about a third of the race. Tires will not really make you the entire way from the 90, so we'll probably see some quick pit stops and some small pit stops. Yellow flag pit stops are probably going to be the main staple, but maybe hopefully we can see some green flag pit stops as the race keeps going. There's a running under and over now for 5 cautions per the race. In my opinion, it's probably going to be the over. I swear that people are going to wreck on the first lap and the second lap, despite the caution still being out.
18 cars, man. That is asking for a disaster.
That is like 6. That's almost double the average of what fields usually run in all of these leagues.
Yeah.
It'll be
12
very,
is
very
usually what you get with most leagues.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see some good racing today and consistent racing, and we're not going to have everyone in a single file. We'll see some quick racing off the bat to see who gets to battle for first place and second place, and then we'll find the field back to where they are. We are now being told in the chat that due to global warming, all of the snow has melted midway through the race, and the race is now canceled. We have a wonderful background here too today with the giant candy canes and what appears to be like Aurora Borealis or something across the side. But there's a giant snowman in turn 2 as well with a bunch of awards with the sponsors. We have a bunch of seats that are empty because it's too cold. And the North Pole is the title of this track's sponsor, I think, or runner. My bad. I had to talk to somebody real quick.
Okay, so we're going to pull somebody in for an interview.
Who do you think will be one of the strongest or the strongest contender today? We should pull them in first, I
How about
think.
Phil? I feel like
Phil
Phil.
sounds great. Phil sounds like a
All
great idea.
right, I will drag him in here
Against his will.
against his will. Hello, Phil. You have been dragged in against your will for a great interview.
Alright, sounds good.
How are you hoping today's race goes? Other than coming first, yeah.
Well, right. I don't want to. I don't want to force anyone cautions. That's a big thing. I'm gonna try my best to be clean. I think that's gonna help me in the long run. Just avoiding shenanigans is the big key here because I'm starting to the back today. I'm just gonna take my time. I think damage is what's gonna win this race. So if you have no damage, especially wheel misalignment, you're probably gonna win this race.
Yeah, so that's something I totally forgot to talk about because I forgot it on the little thing that I deleted by accident. But there are damage on these cars now. It's both engine and wheelless misalignment. I don't know if
Correct.
you can actively like damage your tires themselves other than the wheel misalignment. Am I correct?
Right. You can. Yeah. It's just wheel misalignment.
Yeah, it's just tire wear at that point. So,
Exactly.
what do you think? What do you think the unless this is private info, obviously, but what do you think the pit windows are going to look like here if the race somehow manages to stay green?
When I did some testing earlier, I would say probably 60 laps in if we stay green that long.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. We're gonna see some cars probably DNF because of damage or just quit because they see no help and get lapped down. They're just gonna park it. But once the field spreads out towards the end of the race, I would say probably 60 laps is I think the field
Yeah, for
window.
sure, for sure, for sure. What do
Yeah.
you think about cautions today? I obviously there's the over under running gag now, but what do you think of 5 cautions today, over or under?
Over. I think we're gonna start out rough and then it's gonna start we'll spread out, we'll chill down, and then towards the end of the race, they'll start picking up again because people are going to be really trying to get that first place $100 prize.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
So you're starting in, I think, 13th with the grid without the missing pit stalls in
yeah, I
front of
think
you.
so.
Was that I missed a bit of information when I wasn't paying attention to this, but is that because of qualifying times or is that just a chosen pit stall at random?
No, it's based on qualifying and the heats. Some people, so the top two qualified got in automatically into the main event. Everyone else had to compete in heats, and then there was fourth and fifth, and every heat had to do a last place qualifying race.
Hmm.
And I won that. Luckily, that last heat race to get in. So
Quite the
thankful.
Cinderella story.
Yeah. So
Quite
I'm
the
hoping I can, finish the race and do well. We'll see. At the end of the day, it's about having fun and just trying to just be happy for whoever gets it at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, one quick question for the top 3 here. We have Diablo, Bite Blocks, and Cobra Leon 21. Who do you think out of those 3 are going to be the top contender today if they all manage to stay in?
Said by Box Cobra and who's else?
Uh, D_Ablo, Diablo.
I don't know, dog. I mean, I know I did a really good call out. I'm gonna go with Bite's aggressive. I'm gonna go with Cobra. I don't. It's kind of a wild card between those three. It's really tough for me. I don't. Yeah, I'll just go with Cobra.
I figured as much. So,
Yeah.
um, based on the leagues we have here today, the main 3 are Vera, Jackal, and SCR. What league do you mainly represent today?
Oh, I guess Jackal, but I'm kind of old veteran, like 2 seasons ago, I believe. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I've been in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Any questions from you, Super?
No, you've about answered them all, Phil.
All right,
yeah.
then. One final question before we send you back off to the La La Land that is the race communications. Talking about another winner opportunity here, but out of the 3 main staples here, which league do you think will likely have the winner?
I think really, I think it's gonna be a Jackal winner because these cars are very similar from. I mean, it's really just damage. I think is the big difference here from last gen.
Mhm.
I may be wrong there, but I think like Smart or Train, like people that have been in Jackal that are familiar, you're gonna see them in the top three for sure. A lot of this race. And shout out to Kimberly if you're watching. Love you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that that's probably going to be my prediction here too. So thank you for your time before this race. I hopefully your race goes well and we don't see you wreck out and rage quit.
All right.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks.
Good luck, buddy.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, we have been teleported off the field now. I feel like we may have to be starting here in a second, or do we have time for another while we're waiting for this race to get started here?
I believe they're going to roll out here in just a second.
Yes, yes, they are. Pace car driven by middle lane Matt today. I believe he's the owner of Bira, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Matt
the
is
owner?
the owner of Byra.
Yes. So we will be seeing him drive the pace car today. It is a nice checkered flag-ish logo, red and white. Grand Prix. What? Grand Prix is on the front. I do not think this is a Grand Prix, but I think we will roll with the punch.
Just roll with it.
Car is starting to come out of the pits now. Pace car still sitting there, looking all cool. They're going to line up double file right behind the start-finish line and behind the pace car. We backed up a bit into the pits here, as there's plenty more drivers where this is coming from.
Looks like we're gonna go too wide off the bat.
Which is a scary thought when there's
Yeah,
18
very.
cars.
Very scary with 18 cars.
Already a collision in the pits.
Are we surprised? No, we're not.
No, absolutely not. Finally, pacing gets underway here. So, looking at this field right now, I think this is a pretty easy question to answer right now. What decal are you looking at right now? Which car looks the best to you?
Well, my spectate button, I believe, is broken, but honestly, I like the pink and yellow car in the back, with Jack. It's a nice looking car, very vibrant, draws my attention. And then you also have the classic 24 with Phil. That's a great car right there.
Absolutely.
Love that car.
I do love a Jeff Gordon scheme if
Me
there is
too.
one.
Me too.
My favorite driver of all time. I just gotta point that out real quick.
Fair enough.
Hopefully right now we don't have any broken cars to get off the start. We can get this thing right underway in a green flag. These cars are definitely new, so we will hopefully not see too many, if any, bugs at all. We'll not have to delay this race at all.
Gonna have to rejoin real quick. One moment.
Go for it. So we have from the top, we have Diablo in first, D_Diablo for anyone that does not know. Bite Blocks YT in second, Cobra Leon 21 in third, Zayden Core 24 in fourth, Shulk 505 in fifth, Trainwreck 7 in sixth, CC13C in seventh, Yeggs Piano in seventh, CC13C in eighth, I believe, or Smart Coder in eighth, CC13C in ninth, Dragonfire XX20 200 in 10th. Oh my god, these guys don't know how to pace. I can't tell because they're too spread out and they're too close together on certain parts. This is difficult now.
Yeah, I can spectate now, and yeah, 18 car pacing is gonna get a little interesting. It's not gonna go well, and some of these guys, you know, D2 drivers, pacing sometimes is hectic with those lower tier drivers, you know.
Mm-hmm. We also seem to have a little bit of issues with the communication here. With the drivers, I mean, not us. We're better than that.
No.
Exactly. All right, pace car is in, coming around turn 3 and 4. Finally get this race underway. 250 laps here at the Candycane 250. 15-second lap times. We're going to be here for quite a while. Into the restart zone, and away we go. Bite Blocks out with an early jump right past Diablo. Bumped it. Oh my goodness, it's a pile up into turn 1.
4 wide.
No wrecks yet. Diablo takes the lead back out of turn 2 into 3.
Very surprising.
Still 3, 4, 5 wide out of turn 4. Diablo leading the first lap of this race. Stampy Fun Cat way back in the back. Something must have happened to him. We have a 5-car race here for the lead. Second place, sorry. Diablo going to lead lap 2 as well.
Oh,
a wreck out of turn 4. Yikes, Piano. Bite block spinning. Just 2-car wreck. They might keep it straight. Nope. spun around
Now
into
that
turn
will
2.
bring it out. Yep.
And as we probably predicted,
They're still stacking up.
Almost instant crash right off the bat here.
Lap 3. First crash of the day.
I believe it was a single car spin got taken out from the outside going to the inside.
And
which
then you
caused
saw
a little bit
bite
of a
blocks
rivalry.
get hooked there, and that brought the caution out with a 2-car wreck.
Mhm.
2 cars will bring out the caution. No less.
No more.
Well, yeah, more. If there's 5 cars in a wreck, it's going to bring it out.
Well, no more this time.
Yep, just 2 this time.
Well, with the caution standings now, the top 3 have been shuffled quite a bit now. We have Diablo
Got
take. Oh,
few
sorry. Go ahead.
pitters. We got Shulk, Trainwreck, Zayden, Smart Coder, Phil, Kyle, and then CC all bringing it down.
Which leaves the top 3 as Diablo, Clone Ninja 15, and Bite Blocks. Bite Blocks went down to 7th before the pit in front of him, so I wonder if pitting right now is really the best option. Because
Well,
it
you've
does.
still got
Huh?
a lot of time.
I understand that, but positioning at the start is also a very key factor into how your race ends up going. Because if you get stuck behind traffic that you're faster than, you just can't get by them. That's a real hit to your position at the end here. It's a lot of time you're
Definitely.
losing.
We've got a late pitter, Cobra Leon. Not sure why he is deciding to pit now, but that's definitely going to affect him. He'll likely drop to last.
May also be an issue with the engine collision here too, as well,
Could
because
be that.
cars are definitely taking an impact here as they're going around the track. Clone Ninja with an already Cinderella story going from position 16th to 2nd in 5 laps off of that caution.
That is not... Like, how does that happen? How do you go from 16th all the way to 2nd?
Honestly, I got no idea, but probably spun that thing way around as the caution happened. The leaders did wreck a bit, though, so it does kind of make sense.
Yeah, understandable a little
Field
bit.
slow down with damage and the wheel misalignment, whatever. Engine damage, too. Pace car off the track. Cars are in the backstretch. I think we're going to see a single file restart here.
Probably for the best.
Hopefully this will be much better than the first one. Around turn 4, Diablo, Clone Ninja, Bite Blocks, and Tawa. Into the restart zone, it's a green flag. Nice and consistent jump. Bite Blocks goes low, Tawa goes high. Cars behind him taking it too wide into turn 1 and 2. No major crash. Oh, Zayden core around into turn 1. Solo crash, I believe will stay green. Gets himself back around, and we are still going.
Not too much going on. They're going to single file up in the front, but we got 3 wide with Phil Almighty in the middle and the back. Getting a little dangerous. Phil's making his way up through the field. Oh, somebody's turning. That's Jack in his pink and yellow car.
Jack Liam's around.
Just
Front
one.
stretch, solo car does not bring out the caution once again. And now it's a nice single file little ride here. AJ down with a huge send into turn 3 and 4 on Phil. Phil gets booted out down 2 places to 11th, I think. Or 10th. Close enough. Phil turns AJ down 3 right in front of a small pack here behind the field. It's a solo crash as of right now.
A
Goes
little bit of
around,
spite there, maybe.
Gets sent into the pits. We'll have to drive through there. Phil Almighty and Smart Coder now on a too wide little incident to turn 1. Oh, Clone Ninja off of the barrier in turn 3, right into the sidewall, and that's a multi-car wreck. Oh my goodness, that was brutal. Clone Ninja 15, I believe, has lagged out of the game. From the backstretch, if you can see a car going around the backstretch right now, there's a little opening into the entrance of turn 3. So Clone Ninja went straight into that thing and bounced right back in front of the field. That was horrifying.
Gosh. Everybody was talking about, hitting that barrier. But it actually happened.
I didn't think it happened this early.
I did not either.
Well, top two looking a bit more familiar again. We have Diablo
Yep.
still in first place, keeping his lead. Bite Blocks in second once again, and Dragonfire XX200 in third.
Not too much has changed. These guys are looking very strong early on.
Absolutely. I believe Cobra Leon was our third place runner right now. I think he is in 13th as of this point. Dropped 10 positions from a third from the start of this race.
Few people coming down pits.
Who do we got coming down the pits?
We got Beast, we got Shulk, and then Zaydencore. Doesn't surprise me. Those guys were middle to backfield. Might as well go in, get a little bit of fuel. Get some tires maybe.
Yeah, so we are 17 laps in. It's come to the point now where pitting certainly after this caution will probably be a good idea for fuel and or tire wear, that is. Two drivers called to the back because of their tires being out of the pit box, but I think everything is okay. They are already in the back.
Yeah, it doesn't affect them too much.
No, absolutely not. So our top five right now: Diablo, Bite Blocks YT, Dragonfire 200, Trainwreck 7, and Vitawa. Behind them is CC13, Phil Almighty, Smart Coder, Yikes Piano, and Stampy Fun Cats. And then rounding out the top 15 is Jack Liams, Cobra Leon, AJ Down 3, Shulk, and Beast, with Zaydencore bringing up the final spot in the rear.
Not even 20 laps in, we've got 2 cautions already.
I was going to say that when I was talking over you by accident. We do have 2 out of the 5 already. Hopefully this is not the whole race.
Every 10 laps or so is what it's looking like. Let's hope they can go a little longer this time.
Bit of a pile up at the start finish there. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Matt will pull it down pit road. Diablo leads this pack. Going into turn 3.
One more time. Single file start up once again. I think that's how this is going to go the entire time. I do not know if there are any stages, but once again out of turn 4, here we go. Green flag, Diablo off to the start, Bite Block second, Dragonfire 200 third. Nice calm send up into the turn 1. Nothing seems to be happening right now. Too wide, Stampy Funcat and Jack Liam's bringing up the rear. Bit of pushing and shoving into the turns, but we so far look like we're good. Clean.
Oh, fight for the lead. This opens it up for Trainwreck. Trainwreck goes past Bite Blocks and Diablo and takes that lead away from him. What a move there.
Getting loose off a turn 2 there. Trainwreck gonna get hit in the back. Diablo still keeps it straight though. Turn 1, Trainwreck leads his
Bite
first
Blocks
lap.
into the field. That's gonna cause a big wreck. Ooh. That will not bring out the caution though. But it definitely has split up the field. Look at that massive gap between the front and the back.
Okay. It's like finally called by the officials.
We do have a yellow.
I believe that was a 3 to 4 car wreck. Diablo second in a Trainwreck on the turn 4. Trainwreck leads the pack out of this lap. Sorry, lap 24. Top 3 now once again shooken up. Bite Block sent way back in the field because of his little incident. Diablo now in second for the first time on a caution. 3 out of the 5 cautions so far. I believe my over is going to hit fairly easily.
Yeah, didn't take but 5 laps.
All right. For our top 5 pre-pit stops, we have Trainwreck 7, Diablo, Dragonfire X200, Vitawa, and CC13. I think the leaders are probably going to all pit here. No. Only Trainwreck gives up the lead. Behind him, CC13. Smart Coder give it a little bit of a fake out. Cobra
That's
Leon,
an interesting
AJ
strategy
down.
From Trainwreck.
Jack Mums, Bite Blocks, Zaydencore, and Shulk bring up the rear for the pit lane.
You gotta wonder what Trainwreck was thinking there, pitting with the lead even. I mean, red flag. So I believe when Bite Blocks wrecked and brought out the caution, somebody had jumped onto the front stretch and was standing there, and Bite Blocks hit that person, drove into the barrier and the inside, came back out and hit the drivers driving on the front stretch.
Alrighty, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break here as we have this red flag and go deal with some stuff. I will be right back.
Go ahead. So I'm not too sure what this red flag is about, but I'm sure we'll be green shortly. In the meantime, let's discuss about these wrecks. Have a little recap. So first wreck we had was lap 3. Took 3 laps, had our first wreck, and I don't know if anybody was surprised by that. Nobody should have been surprised by that whatsoever. Only took 3 laps, 18 cars, nobody's surprised. Lap 16, we had our second wreck. That one was a little worse, had someone lag out, hit that barrier in turn 3. We didn't expect that to happen until later on in that race, the metal barrier. And then lap 22, our third wreck, which has brought out this red flag. Not sure why. But yeah, Bite Blocks, I believe, hit somebody. Accidentally drove into the barrier trying to avoid them. Came back out on track sideways and caused that wreck. That over-under? Definitely going to be over. Only lap 26 now. We already have 3 cautions. At this rate, at least if it stays this rate, it'll be 20 to 30 cautions by the time we get to lap 250. I believe there is some lag going on with the drivers, unable to avoid it. I thought we were going to go yellow there, but apparently not. Here we go. We are yellow now. So Trainwreck will come out of the pits first, followed by CC, Bite Blocks, Zayden Core, and Cobra Leon. More behind them, Shulk, Jack, and CC. Trainwreck coming off of first, going into the pits, was pretty interesting. I did not expect that. You know, holding first this early on, it's not that important, but it could be important in the long run, you know? You pull away, you get up there, pull away, and just start lapping people. You could have a pretty good start for yourself. 27 laps in. Diablo will lead coming around turn 4 to restart this race. And green flag is in the air. Diablo off to a decent start.
Make it back just in time.
Yep, just in time. Diablo and I don't even know who that is. Dragon. Diablo, Dragon, and Bite Blocks. These first 3.
So hopefully second file. Shulk spins out by himself in a turn 3, collects Jack Liam's and Zayden Court. They all seem to be still racing fine though. Shulk straightens that out after getting a little bit of tap on the behind. A little bit of spinach into turn 4, but everything seems to be going just smoothly, as it can in these kinds of races. Battle for second and third here.
Be pretty hectic.
Smart Coder keeps it by Dragonfire, and Bite Blocks takes it by Smart Coder. Bite Blocks back in a second, Diablo in first.
Smart gives him a little bump.
It seems to have been the entire race.
Yep, these two just fighting for it up front, you know. Diablo, though, pulling away.
There's a very large gap now. small fights here and there for one place or two, but we don't seem to have much of a big battle forming here. Trainwreck gets loose off of turn 3 onto the backstretch off of Phil Almighty. Turn into him from the outside, seems to keep it straight off of the wall, dodged by Beast and Jake's Piano or Kyle Busch. 3 wide, or almost 2 wide. Trainwreck sends it massively into turn 2. A wreck, I think, on the backstretch? No, that was still his smoke. I'm sorry.
Oh, battle for second place, Bite Blocks and Smart Coder. Smart Coder gets by him and takes second place. He wants to track down Diablo. But Diablo's got a good lead.
Now is the time to do that. He's not too far away, but he still has a pretty big gap here, so it's going to take a little bit more than just a bit of work here to get at him. Tawa and Phil Almighty fighting behind them for 6th. Tawa underneath the apron actually trying to get him. Trainwrecks and Yikes Piano fighting for, I think this is 7th and 8th. Trainwreck gets a good jump off of him and leaves him in the dust.
We've got a battle.
Smart Coder leads a lap. Smart Coder with a wide turn into 2 there. Keeps the
He's got
runs.
that exit though. Wow.
Onto the apron. That's a massive loss here. Still neck and neck for first here going into the lap 39.
Oh, watch out for Bite Blocks.
We had a collision there with a switch back from Smart Coder. Smart Coder still keeping the lead, it seems, so far. Bite Blocks almost around Diablo for 2nd.
That outside looks to be killing Diablo. Can't get anything from it, but
Smart Coder's dying out in the apron as well, though. He's keeping them together. Lapped car in front of them. Hopefully, Smart Coder probably hoping that they can grab
3 wide.
Lapped car. Diablo close to getting spun out by Bite Blocks there on the inside, 3 wide.
Gives him a little tap.
Staying steady.
Smart's got a little gap here. Don't expect that to stay though.
Absolutely not. Laps
Coming up
car
on a
here,
lap
and
car.
we'll see if he gets out of the way or lets it go. Or gets in their way, I suppose. Not lets it go, my bad.
Looks like he's gonna stay high.
Rejoining the track. Stampy Fun Cat must have lagged out. Lapped car stealing the middle line and high line from them. It doesn't seem to be affecting them too much.
Nope, they're just gonna go low, avoid him. Don't want to cause any wrecks.
Battle for 4th here with Trainwreck and Phil Almighty and Dragonfire X200. Trainwreck still taking 4th place right now. Phil in 5th.
Oh, car spinning out across the front stretch into the outside barrier.
Vitawa collects Beast almost, still kind of keeps it straight, loses a bunch of spots from that, but we will stay green. It's a single car. Bite Blocks up at Diablo now for fighting for 2nd and 3rd. Still neck and neck here. Bite Blocks gets loose onto the exit for the backstretch, and Diablo takes a massive gap away from him. Diablo's tires or something seems to be giving him a lot of trouble right now. He's losing a lot of time to these cars behind him.
Yeah, Smart is pulling away significantly now. Lap cars behind him. He's going to be looking to track down the rest of this field. Put a few more lap cars up there. And leave Diablo in the dust. So if Bite Blocks can get beyond Diablo, I think he'll be able to track Smart Coder down. He's got some better tires than Diablo. Diablo has not pit much. He's been up front most of the race. I'm not sure if we've seen him pit more than once.
I don't think he's pit at all. Because he's been 1st or 2nd in all of these restarts. I don't think he's pit once yet. If this race stays green, that might be a real problem for him come green flag pit stops.
Or maybe it'll save him. Never know.
Perhaps. I doubt it, though. He has chased down Smart Coder significantly than I last saw somehow in like 3 laps. That 2.5 gap cut down to under a half a second now. Smart Coder seemed to not be able to take the low line. Goes wide. A battle now for first. Diablo and Smart Coder. Diablo on the inside line. Smart Coder keeping it close. Doesn't get a big run off of there. Diablo takes the lead on that lap, 52. Smart Coder has to give up the outside still. Diablo's still underneath him. It's still side by side here.
Diablo is proving tire wear does not matter. He is pushing this car to its limits, and he is going to take the lead from Smart Coder.
It's by him. Still a bunch of lapped cars in the way. I don't think the lapped car traffic will ever cease because just so many cars on this track now. Battle for 7th with Yikes Piano and Dragonfire 200, battling with the lap car as well. Smart Coder back on Diablo's bumper, gives him a push into turn 3. Bite Block still looking on from behind, hoping one of them makes a huge mistake here.
He's sitting back there thinking, these guys are going to wreck at some point. They're battling very hard. They're going to get on each other's quarter panels, turn each other, and he's going to take that lead.
Absolutely. We have a 4-way battle here now for 4th now with Dragonfire, 200, Yikes Piano, and Zaydencore. With the lapped car in between them, as well as Cobra Leon 21. Small battles here and there. Doesn't seem that there's much storyline behind this right now. Trainwreck and Stampy Fun Cat having a little bit of a battle. Trainwreck definitely in the lead. Stampy has a lapped car.
Not too much going on. Everybody's just
Oh yes, there is. Diablo and
Oh.
Smart. The top 3 now are all bunched back up together. I don't know how they keep doing it when we're not
Oh
looking.
my gosh.
Smart Coder on the inside of Diablo gets on his rear quarter panel. Almost a wreck. This is close. This is too close. Jackal tries to get out of the way. Lapped car traffic holding Smart Coder up. Gives the lapped car a bump. In the Bite Blocks almost. Bite Blocks have to take the high line. Smart Coder takes second almost, or certainly does, off of that corner. Jackal still in this little bit of a fight. It gives Bite Blocks a tap out of turn 3 onto the front stretch. A huge bump back from Bite
very
Blocks.
unsportsmanlike. He's almost going to turn Jacklams there.
Bite Blocks losing a lot of time because of this lapped car. We're back to almost the second gap between all of them. Still a good fight going on here coming out of turn 4 with the Yikes Piano, Cobra Leon, Zaydencore, and Dragonfire. They're still fighting for that 7th spot. Collision here and there. I saw someone get sideways, couldn't find who it was though. Three wide on the front stretch, Zayden, Dragon, and Beast now. We have a green flag stop, I believe. Yeah, we do. AJ down 3. Took a green flag stop. Gets a penalty for it.
Yep, outside of his box. Gotta have these clean. Gotta have clean pit stops here.
Jadencore and Dragonfire get collision onto the backstretch from turn 2. Still a 2 wide, 3 wide battle for 8th place. Smart Coder and Diablo still fighting for that first spot. Smart Coder gets sideways off of turn 2. Diablo underneath him. Smart Coder gets a big gap out of that. Vitawa, now the lapped car they are fighting past. Lets them go pretty easily. High line.
No, he's not going to let Bite Blocks go. He's going to stay on his outside.
Surely he doesn't push that back at him, right?
I wouldn't think so.
No.
Just let those guys go.
So our current top 5 with a solid gap between each of the cars. We have Smart Coder in the first, leading part of the race. Diablo, our most laps leader so far, I believe, in second. Bite Blocks, a strong contender, still getting held up by lap car. Oh, a wreck in front of him!
Beast.
Solo car keeps them running.
Should not bring that out.
Comes back onto the track, wrecks off of the turn.
Gosh.
Oh, walking health hazard right there. Bite Blocks gets by Smart Coder and Diablo off of that lapped car, and now it's a 3-way battle for second place as Bite Blocks takes first.
That's exactly what I was talking about, man. Those two guys up front fighting. Lap car gets in between them, and then Bite Blocks blows right by him. There it is.
Diablo gets loose off of the turn 3, turn 2 exit there. Trainwreck gets by him. Smart Coder in second. Trainwreck in third now. Diablo down to 4th. Bite Blocks with a massive gap now into turn 1 and 2.
Just had a couple green flag pits there. Vitawa came out behind our leaders. We also have Beast in the pits now.
So have Jackal's in the back of the pit area there. Trainwreck versus Smart Coder now in a turn 1 and 2. Trainwreck underneath him almost gets him loose. Stays straight. Diablo and Trainwreck now fighting for third place. and it doesn't much doesn't come from it.
Oh, he's gonna give him a nice bump, but he's gonna hold that very steadily. Jack Lamb's
Jack Limbs
coming
comes out in
out.
front of Bite Blocks. Turn 1 and 2, fresh tires. He should be able to pull away from them, hopefully, if he has the fresh tires and fresh gas. No damage
You would
confirmed
think
now,
so.
too. Trainwreck with a big send into turn 3 and 4. Diablo might get by him here. Collision!
Oh, and he turns Diablo. Gosh, that's unfortunate. That should give him a penalty. Looked very intentional. Jack Lamb's in front of Bite Blocks. Looks like he's going to pull away, but Bite Blocks is going to fight hard. He wants to get these cars lapped as much as possible, carve through this field, and get away from Smart Coder and Trainwreck, Diablo. Speaking of Diablo, I'm not sure where he is. He's actually in pits, I believe. One of our leaders pitting. Actually, our pole was Diablo. Byblock's trying to get this gap from Smart Coder, but Smart Coder is not wanting to give up. He's going to fight hard to stay with Byteblocks.
Apologies for that. My computer
No
is having
problem.
a lot of issues recently.
Diablo's back out on the track now. Quick pit from him.
Smart Coder up to the side of Bite Blocks into turn 3. Into turn 3, I apologize. Smart Coder on the inside, Bite Blocks on the outside. Vitawa, lapped car with fresh tires, most likely. I think so. He's been getting into the little scuffle here. Tawa on the inside gets by all 3 of them. 3 wide coming up turn 2. Tawa
And Vitawa gets that little push to get past them, take his lap back. But not for long.
A bad line, though. Bite Blocks underneath him. And another 3 wide coming out of on the front stretch here. Smart Coder and Bite Blocks fighting for the first spot. Trainwreck now on the battle here.
Oh,
Trainwreck loose into turn 3, spun around
Blocks.
into Beast, collects him, but doesn't necessarily crash him, and now it is a 2-horse race for first place. Bad time to be a crasher here if you're fighting for 3rd and 2nd and 1st here. Not what you wanted to happen.
No, not at all. Especially 82 laps in.
Absolutely. Lots of cars seeming to get loose here into the corners. You can hear a lot of tire screeching if you zoom in close enough.
Yeah, that's due to people not pitting. They want to see if they can hold out as long as possible, wait for this next caution to come out, and then pit.
Absolutely. I believe we have 8 cars, or 9 cars on the lead lap so far with all the pits that are happening. 3-way battle still for 9th place with AJ down, Dragonfire, and Shulk. AJ being a lapped car. Fellow Mighty fighting a lapped car as well, which is Zaydencore 24. Smart Coder and Bite Blocks. Shulk around into turn 1, gets into Smart Coder's way. Bite Blocks on the high outside hits the wall, and now it's a very close race for first once again. These lapped cars are really making all the difference here.
They're fighting for those laps, man. They do not want to lose them.
Smart Coder into the wall. Bite Blocks on the inside does get by him. Smart Coder hoping to get a good line here. Bumps Bite Blocks out of the way into turn 2. Side by side out of the corner into the backstretch. Bite Blocks gets a small run from the outside. Outside versus inside line now.
Smart gets away with it, just barely gets out in front of him, but Byteblocks will take the inside going into turn 1. Come out side by side. Smart's got that run. He's going to clear him, but Byteblocks still has that inside on his left quarter panel. Still side by side. This is intense, man.
A new contender for the podium here as CC13 makes his way up to 4th place, fighting Trainwreck right now in turn 2 on the exit. We have Beast and Diablo right behind them. Diablo is still 2 laps down, actually, from pitting. Beast in there as well.
3 wide.
The most laps down so far, with 10 laps down. Still
How do
fighting
you
with the
even
leaders
get
here.
10 laps down?
I have no idea. But CC gets held up by these lapped cars. These lapped cars get right by them. They're going to catch up to the leaders now. It's going to be an interesting 6-car duel for quote-unquote first. As Diablo gets spun almost on the front stretch from Trainwreck and CC with a bump. Diablo
Watch
comes back
that
onto the
merge.
track, gets in Trainwreck's way. CC gets by Trainwreck off of that. Lapped cars now catching up to the leaders. Bite Blocks having to be scared seeing these two cars coming up behind them, one being 10 laps down and one being the
Familiar
prior leader.
face, Diablo, back with bite blocks and smart coder, but he is a lap down. 2 actually.
2 laps down with fresh tires, we will add, though. He gets by.
He should have
gets
no
by
problem
bike
getting
blocks
by
very
these
easily.
guys.
Still a little bit of
There
a
he
fight with the
goes.
smart coder on the inside.
He's gonna let him go.
Very bad line. CC gets by bike blocks, and Trainwreck has on the inside line on him. That side line, sorry. A little bit of a collision. Bike blocks
Smart
down to
fighting with the lap
fourth.
cars. They're going sideways.
Collision! Leader. 2-car penalty, and the yellow flag comes out. 2-car wreck.
Smart did not want to give that inside to Diablo. Did not want to let him get his lap back. And it resulted in a caution.
Oh, still fighting for position. Smart coder dumps bike blocks into turn 4.
Wow.
Bike blocks around now, losing a bunch of spots. Oh, no. A red flag comes out. That was a horrible scene. Bunch of cars hitting each other on the
Horrible
restart
series of events.
We may be seeing a server shutdown and restart here, depending on how the cars or drivers want to handle this.
And then you got to think about that's going to throw off a lot of people's strategies. It's going to help a lot of other people. A lot of people arguing about what happened on this last caution, saying they're not to blame, saying other people are to blame, blaming other people.
That's how it goes in these kinds of things. So, from our little
We
bit
are
of
going to get a server restart. Sorry, just got confirmed. So that's going to throw off a lot of people's strategies.
Somebody like Diablo, who is a lap down at 2 laps down at this point now, everyone will have fresh cars. It's very questionable how this is gonna go down.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Diablo.
Well, while we're on this little break here, can add to our little over and under going on so far. 4 cautions. We still have 150 laps to go.
Although we did have our longest green between lap 22 and lap 93. And that was around 70 laps. Oh, I think we're on break.
We may just be. We may just not be. I don't know where the link is to the stream, so I can't hear myself.
All right. Hey, guys. What's up?
How's it going?
Hello, Matt.
All right. So essentially what just happened was we have bad server lag, or at least had bad server lag. We're hoping it's not going to continue. And as you know, server lag gets bad as the run goes on.
Yep.
So we reset the server. Everybody who was laps down is getting 1 lap down with 1 lap back, not 1 lap down.
Okay.
1 lap back. And yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be ready to go into a second here. Any questions, thought, concerns?
I do not believe so.
Oh damn! I thought you guys were gonna have some decent questions for me. All right.
Well, you're the race official, correct?
Yes.
Or the secondary official behind Icky, or is Icky just a streamer
No,
for this race?
I am the official. I am the main official. Yeah.
Well, as you're the official overseer of what's going on around here, what do you think about these little top 3 that have been continuously in and out of the top 3? We have Diablo and Bite Blocks, and now Smart Coder now running away with the pack sometimes. But they're always seeming to get caught back up. Is there a big reason as to why that is, or is it just?
I think they're just better than everybody else, man. I mean, they're the fastest of the group.
Simple as that, right?
Fast. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about more like how they can't get away from each other. They'll have a 2 or 2 second whole just lap lead, and then they'll just give it up within a 3 laps radius.
Yeah.
We can't even react to it.
I mean, you even saw Diablo. He ran through the field, got right back up with.
I don't know, man. Sometimes that's just the way the life works. I mean, you saw it. Trainwreck kind of took him out there at the end, though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to see if Trainwreck ends up in that top 10 order, because he seems to have quite a bit of speed.
I think so too. I think he has a good enough of a little lap here to get with himself. He is having a lot of issues with the lapped cars, though.
Fun fact, he has won the past 2 Candycane 250s.
Wow.
Yep. 2 in a row.
That's who?
Trainwreck. Trainwreck has
Trainwreck.
won the past 2 races at this track for this yearly event. And another winner, the 2019 winner, Bite Blocks, the first annual winner, is, well, obviously running right up front with the pack. So maybe experience does.
Well, I mean, we've seen Phil,
Yeah, it does
and
help.
Phil has plenty of experience. He's been sitting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been sitting up front, P7, P8ish, but
Midfield or so.
he can't get up there with like Bite Blocks, Diablo, and Trainwreck with them.
Right.
Might also be experience in these kinds of events too. With a bunch of cars like this, the input lag, I'm sure, is pretty heavy.
Yeah. And then the other thing too is that this is an equal grounds for a lot of people. This is a fresh car, fresh out of the oven. We only ran it once, and that was in the last race that we just ran in Jackal. So this has been in development for quite a while now. Icky has done a great job on this car. Still working out on the kinks on it, but I'd say he's done a pretty dang good job on this. And we've had an excellent show so far in the Candycane 250. So yeah, I'm gonna ditch you guys. You'll have a
Oh man.
Thank you, Matt.
yeah, y'all have a good fun rest of the night here, and maybe I'll talk to you after the race.
Definitely. Good luck
Alright.
with the officiating.
Thank you.
Hopefully this guy does not get jumped at the end with all the team owners.
Yep. Hopefully.
Hoping to get back underway here.
There's always going to be people who are mad at the end of a race, thinking something wasn't right or something was wrong. They got treated not correctly, you know. It's always going to be that way.
It's like that in any sporting event too. It's just
Yep.
how competitiveness works. Blame anybody but yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've all done it too, so
Oh, absolutely.
everybody's done it.
I've had my fair share of insults slinging.
Me too. Me too.
The pace car has been sent into orbit, which is not a good thing.
That's a great thing. Matt should go to the moon. We don't want him here anyways. I'm just kidding, Matt. I'm just kidding.
Middle Moon Matt. Looks like our top couple starting off this restart will be CC13C for first place, Smart Coder in second, Trainwreck in third, Cobra Leon in fourth, Yegs Piano in fifth, Bite Blocks in sixth, Phil Almighty in seventh, Dragonfire 200 in eighth, Stampy Cat in ninth, maybe a bit back because of his laps down, Shulk in ninth, I presume, Zaydencore 24 in 10th, Diablo in 11th, his laps down, Tawa 12th, AJ Dunn 3 in 13th, Jack Limbs in 4th, Beast in 15th, and I'm assuming Stampy is either in last or 15th place. So a pretty solid lineup of who we thought would do relatively and or good or bad here today. We still have our top 2 well up in there, but top 3 has all been changed around with CC, Smart Coder, and Trainwreck now.
Yeah, those front 3 are very interesting. Actually, front 4. With Bite Blocks, Diablo, Train, and then who's the other one?
I believe it was
Smart Coder. Smart Coder.
Was Smart Coder 4th?
Smart Coder was up there leading for some time.
Yeah, but I don't think he was 4th place though.
Well, no, I'm saying those 4 are the guys we've seen the most up there in the front.
That is that is correct. I gotcha.
I would love to see Phil up there. Shulk has been doing pretty good. We don't really see much of this in the back. I mean, we see it. You guys might not see it. We look around, look at all this stuff, look what's going on, see if anything interesting's happening. And, you know, we see things. We don't exactly say stuff, but I've definitely seen some good movers. You know, Shulk Stampy has been back there, hasn't been doing too much. CC now leading, I believe. We haven't seen CC much, but he's sitting at the front of the pack.
Would hope to see maybe the cars in the middle of the pack here get up with the leaders too, to see a bunch of more people up for this battle instead of just the familiar faces we have so far. I think it'd be very much more. Sorry, I need it. I gotta
Very
formulate
much
this
more
sentence.
interesting.
Very much more
yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
I feel like that's not a sentence, but we'll go with it.
Sure, we'll go with it.
A lot more interesting. There
A lot
you
more
go.
interesting. There you
That's
go.
better.
Much better.
Very much more interesting.
Very
That's
much
a
more
peculiar
interesting.
way to say it.
Love that sentence. Cobra Leon as well. Haven't seen too much from him. He's sitting in 4th place.
I think
Unless
if we
he's lapped
have, I
down,
think
I'm
we
not
have the
sure.
chance
He
so
might be
far.
left.
I think we have the chance so far. We should get someone else in for this interview. Maybe Smart Coder,
Yeah.
Diablo, or Bytebox here.
I'd like to hear from Bytebox.
All right, let's see if we can get him in here. That's on you, sir. I'm not the kidnapper.
Yeah, I can kidnap him. Hello, Bytebox. You have been kidnapped for
I
our
hope
interview.
you have a mic, sir.
If you do not, we will send you back down. Just say in chat.
All right, he said it in chat. I don't think he has a mic.
Yeah, doesn't have a mic. Okay.
Truly unfortunate
fine.
times.
Oh, he does.
You
No, he does.
Well, get to using it, pal. You want to hear
Yeah,
from
come
you.
on. We gotta do this quick.
Yeah, whatever. They're starting the race.
Sorry, Bytebox.
I'll give you some
Sorry,
yes.
buddy.
I'll give you some yes or no questions instead, so you don't
yeah,
gotta worry about crashing into somebody. Do you think your performance this race so far is going well? Like, are you having a good race?
Yeah, that's understandable.
I try to give you Y or N questions.
And he goes, eh. I mean,
Right,
how can you say you haven't had a good race, Bytebox? You've been up front the entire time. Anyways, next question. Do you believe your pit strategy is good, or do you think it's completely messed up now due to the restart? He says no, the strategy is not good. He hates pitting. Understandable.
Fair enough. We are getting underway here, so we will move you back to the race communications, hopefully really quickly.
Yep, here you go. Goodbye.
All right. Again, our top 3 for this restart going to be CC13, C, Smart Coder, 2432, Trainwreck 7, top 5, Cobra Leon, and VX Piano. Out of turn 4 here, CC with a little bit of a lead here. Oh, pace car comes back out.
Oh.
Oh
okay.
my goodness. What a dangerous venture as you're going right into the front of cars at
Yeah,
130.
yeah, no, that was not smart. Could have ended badly there. Next time we'll make sure to grab somebody with a mic.
Now. As fellow Mighty comes into the pits, likely has gotten engine damage from some unwilling participant on the track.
Oh, nope, still red, I believe. Not too sure exactly what's going on here. Might be damage.
Fixing damage, I would suppose. It's a bunch of pace laps. People are probably getting collision here.
Yep.
A tire has flown into the stands.
Oh yeah, this is for people to fix damage.
So close to a green flag there. So close.
So close. But we'll get it shortly.
So, seeing as we're in the Christmas spirit, we're coming around to the jollying times. What kind of situation you guys get up to for Christmas at your place?
Well, For one, we've got that Christmas tree up, of course. High ceilings, so massive Christmas tree. Fake, unfortunately. I would love an alive Christmas tree.
Well, I was being more like
A real
what's
tree
what's a morning on Christmas to you? What does a morning on Christmas to you?
on Christmas,
Yeah.
like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Well, wake up. Can't go out in the living room yet because my parents are getting everything situated, right? Because it's all got to be perfect for my mom. Everything's got to be perfect. It's got to be in the right place so she can take pictures, post it on Facebook, like she always does.
For sure.
All the presents under the tree, everything neatly packed, and all the wrapping is perfect because that's the way she does it.
Gotcha.
And get out there, and it's like Christmas Day. I mean, like when people say like, oh, it's like Christmas, but no, it's actually Christmas. I mean, it's like your perfect Christmas.
You're finally here. You spent the entire year getting here, and now you're here.
It's your perfect Christmas.
Base car going in to start this race. CC Smart Coder Trainwreck out of turn 4 into the restart zone, and it's a green flag. CC gets a solid jump out to the outside line. Smart Coder on the inside. Trainwreck with a big run on the outside, getting to the outside, but does not seem to get behind him. Gives him a nudge out of turn 2. Sorry. It looks like our leaders have found their positioning already. Never mind. Trainwreck on the inside underneath Smart Coder, and that's an instant spot.
What a move from Trainwreck. He wants to track down CC. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But yeah, Trainwreck's going to try and track down CC here. We got a jumble of cars back here behind Trainwreck. A bit of a gap formed between Phil and Bite Blocks, though.
We already have 2 packs separated already. I wonder what happened to make that happen. But Zayden Core, Dragonfire, Phil Almighty fighting for 7th place, the leader of the 2nd pack we have so far here. A little bit of a bump from Dragonfire to Zayden Core. But the leaders right now look like they're spacing them out enough. Cobra, Leon, and Yikes Piano together, side by side into turn 3. Cobra on the inside, Piano on the outside. A little bit of a switchback move from Yikes Piano. Still a battle for 4th here. Collision, almost a spin out. A little bit of a tire screeching, but side by side, still on the backstretch now. Cobra with the advantage on the outside.
I mean, it's still lap 100, man. Why are they fighting so hard? Just drop back. You don't want to cause a wreck. You want to keep going. Green flag runs are always the best.
Thankfully, all damage can be repaired in a single pit stop here, but
yeah.
Piano gets a big slide on the outside there. Cobra gets passed for 4th. Now a battle for 5th with Bike Blocks and Piano, unless he sends it way out here, but Bike Blocks gives him a nudge into turn 2.
Phil and that pack back there are trying their very hardest to get back up here with Bite Blocks. Closing that distance ever so slightly.
Oh yeah, we have 3 packs now. We have the back markers, the mid pack, and we have the leaders now. Trainwreck gets a bit loose into the turn 2 and run 1 and 2, and Smart Coder and CC are now right behind him.
Yeah, CC led for a bit, but then let Trainwreck and Smart Coder catch up to him. You gotta realize Train and Smart Coder might just have these better lines.
Absolutely. Cobra with a big send in a turn 3 and 4 on the inside of CC. Does not get the run he was looking for. It looks like the position will stay in CC's hands. Top 5 now looking like Trainwreck, Smart Coder. CC 13. Never mind. Smart Coder makes a move on the inside. Trainwreck goes high. Bad line. No run off of the outside. Smart Coder makes the move. Almost stick. He makes it stick off of the inside line. Trainwreck with the run on the outside does not be enough. CC on the
here
inside
comes
of
CC.
Trainwreck.
Watch out for him. Trying to pass Trainwreck, catch up to Smart Coder. Bounce off the wall. That is not going to help. Person on the track.
Oh my god, a man just got killed on the track. Oh my goodness. There's a man still on the track.
Take care of this man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, the man on the track has caused a massive spin out.
It is tragedy.
No. Dragonfire spun out by a pedestrian. What a tragedy.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. Smart Coder getting turned around by CC13 in turn 4 to use caution, and CC gets position 1.
And then he
Smart
dumps
Coder
him.
not happy about that one.
Wow. What a race to the line.
Oh my gosh. What a horrifying turn of events.
Gosh.
Pedestrian runs out and the track gets flattened by 3 different cars. It's still a battle for 1st, and the leader gets dumped. Oh my god.
That was not ideal for them. Let's get an interview in here. Who you thinking?
Bunch of damage on these cars right now. Let's why not our new leader, CC? He's been in the mid pack so far, and he
CC.
finally
Sure.
makes his way up here. Hopefully, he has a
Definitely.
mic.
He does, I believe. CC, you are in the booth. You got a mic?
Wait, are they server muted in here?
Oh,
They are. They were.
Oh,
What the
oh,
fuck?
he's good.
Oh no, Bytebox was
Oh,
muted on
hey,
the
hey,
server.
don't say that. Don't say that, CC.
Okay, what's up? What's wrong?
How is it
No,
going,
interview.
sir? We're the race commentators here. We just want to see how your race is going now that you're in the lead. You were in the mid pack the entire race so far. How are you doing so far? Race, do you think?
Well, during the big lag spike that was every lap so far, I run from 14th to first with wheel alignment damage, which was nice, but that was because I know how to deal with the lag and not everybody else does. Now that there's no lag, I can clearly see that Train and Smart Code are a bit faster, but I can keep them at bay.
Right.
But I
Right.
don't know for how long.
So you were running mid pack for most of the first part of the race, I believe, about fifth or sixth or so, and now
Yeah,
right
bad
as we get to the end of this
decision.
with the biggest lag spike of it all, you're back at the front of the pack now. Do you think you're gonna be able to hold this position, or are you gonna hopefully no cautions here get you killed here?
I don't know. Nah. I don't know. Top three. I'm shooting for top three. I don't know about Train and Smart Quarter. They're very clearly faster than me. The 21's being a nuisance.
Yeah,
But-
sounds pretty
Yep.
reasonable.
Yeah, he's just
Makes
shooting it
sense.
up every time he sees a sliver of the goddamn racetrack. He does not know how to drive.
Yeah.
Let's stay away from those words.
So, do you have a strategy here right now, or are you thinking more of like you prefer to just keep racing and then pit on the green flag stops? So you're hoping for cautions or green flag stops here?
My strategy is to go along with it. See, whatever happens, happens.
Adaptive
what
kind of thing. You're not really having a planned out thing. You just want to see what
Yeah,
happens and then go from
you can't
there.
really plan in this track. It's more of a derby, not a race.
Reasonable. I get that. I can definitely see how it's a derby.
Yeah.
Our over and under for our 5 cautions now has just been
Current
hit with
5,
this
right?
caution. Yeah, we're on
Yeah,
5.
you're definitely gonna get another caution. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no doubt. So, CC, how have you managed to carve your way through this field and make it up to the front?
Well, like I said, I'm kind of used to the lag, and I use that I use that to an advantage. So I just went through the field while everybody was dealing with lag and wrecking themselves. But now that we're up here with no lag and the good people are up front, quote unquote, they know what to do. I gotta go back now. You
Alright.
gotta send me back.
Definitely. Thank you, CC. Good luck.
Have a
Yep.
good race and good luck, sir.
That was CC13.
Interesting character, that one.
Uh-huh. Gotta stay away from those words, man.
I was hoping we could bring up the red stain on turn 3 that used to be a person, but
Yes. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
So with that caution with this pedestrian on the field, we now have 5 cautions in 111 laps. Very interesting race so far. Not that
Almost
it's-
halfway through.
Almost.
Almost.
Not that that's how we would have wanted it. We would have preferred a bit more of a green flag run here and there, but we did get a solid one for our 4th.
Between 3 and 4, those cautions.
Alright,
Had
after
a
this little field
70 lap
mix-up,
run.
our top 5 still consists of the same people in a little bit of a different order. We have CC13
Are we
with the
surprised?
lead. Nope. Smart Coder in 2nd, Cobra Leon in 3rd, Yikes Piano in 4th, and Trainwreck in 5th, Bite Blocks in a close 6th. Diablo in 10th with a lap down, behind Zaydencore 24. Phil Almighty behind him, what the heck is that? Dragonfire 200 behind him, Stampy Funcat behind him, DJ down 3, Beast, Jackalums, Fatawa, and Shulk brings up the rear. Gotta say, this pace car driver so far has been pretty on point. The drivers behind him, not so much.
No, not at all. Pacing's difficult.
Absolutely. Pits come in now. CC dives in way late. Hits Smart Coder behind.
Wow.
Smart Coder bumps into the back of him. All the
It's a
leaders
little late
pit now.
there.
All of the leaders pit except for Zaydencore and Diablo, who take the lap around because the leaders pit in front
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh,
Oh,
CC
crash
Smart
in the
Coder.
pits. CC off of the pit wall.
That
And I
is
was, oh
not
no.
good. Cobra Leon completely out of his pit box, number 21. That is not going to fly with the official.
Trainwreck and Shulk in a little bit of a battle in the pit stop, just trying to get out of their pit stalls. Phil Almighty takes the position away from Trainwreck. Cobra Leon out of the pits in front of Bite Blocks. Bite Blocks taking a full pit stop. Now finally out of it. Oh my goodness, that was a
Chaos in the
that was a
pits.
literal train wreck.
Yeah, complete train wreck.
CC still somehow still our leader coming out of the pits little
Had a
area.
quick pit. That's all there was. Probably
Had a
took
quick
gas.
pit, a quick spin too.
Did he even stop? I mean, he got in that collision. Did he even stop?
I
Did
have
he
no
just keep
idea. I'm gonna
going?
find out though. Shulk now taking a wave around from the officials.
If that was me, I think I would have just not even pit. I would have just kept going.
Fair enough.
Too much time lost.
Oh yeah. So after that Mosh pit, we still somehow have the same 4 leaders minus Smart Coder. We have
And Phil.
CC13 in first. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yikes Piano in second. Phil, a newcomer to the podium now in third. Trainwreck in fourth. Cobra in fifth. And White Block still behind, just behind barely in sixth. With Zayden Core and Diablo behind him.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. There is Phil. Looking to put his head in the mix.
Smart Coder still in the pits for some reason, likely fixing damage from this little incident.
Yeah. The train wreck in the pits. Tasty looking burgers in turns 3 and 4.
Those are all Burger King burgers. What else is in there? It's Burger King and what's the other sponsor?
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Oh, it's Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's Coke. Yeah.
Thanks to our
Not sponsored, by the
thanks to
way.
our
Not
no
sponsored.
sponsors. I think we have an advertisement for Saul Goodman in turn 2. I believe. Yeah, better
There
go
is.
Saul in turn 2.
Chevrolet, Xfinity.
Exalta and Coca-Cola, still none
Yep.
of our sponsors, but
None of our sponsors.
Dragonfire pulls it into the pits, it seems. Has to leave.
1 to go.
So that'll be another car
Obviously.
out of the pace. Cobra Leon stopped and stalled in turn 3 and 4. I wonder what he is doing. If he stays like that, then that means Bite Blocks is back up into the top 5. Pace car is
Nope, he's
down
coming
into
back.
the pits. He's coming back. All right. Oh god, a calamity from the pace car in the pits as he slams into the ball wall.
Gosh.
Oh dear.
Check on him,
Alright.
make sure he's okay.
Out of turn 4 for the 6th time now. CC13 takes the green flag on the restart zone. Yikes Piano with a horrible jump. Takes a bump from Phil Almighty on the front stretch. Hack seems to get back into their straight line format once more. Cobra next to Bite in turn 2 out of the backstretch. A big send from Trainwreck in the
Ooh.
back of Phil Almighty. They keep
Comes
it
out of it
straight.
clean, though.
Bite Blocks and Cobra Leon fighting for 6th place right now, coming into turn 1 and 2. Trainwreck gets around Phil Almighty. Phil Almighty back down on the 4th. Trainwreck in the 3rd now. Smart Coder in the fight for 5th and 6th. Gets underneath. Cobra Leon makes a double overtake into turn 4. Next to
What a
side by side.
move.
Side by side by Bite Blocks still, though. It's still a battle. Cobra gets on the inside of Smart Coder. Almost turns him. Does not, though. A small battle for 1st place now, too, as Trainwreck in... Sorry. CC and Yikes Piano begin their little fight. Smart Coder making his way past Phil Almighty with a nice little move on the inside with a little bit of contact as well. Smart Coder now into 4th, Phil down to 5th. Bite Blocks past Phil as well into 5th and 6th. CC and Yikes Piano now for a battle. Yikes Piano gets underneath. CC gets the move, but CC does a switch over. It's a side-by-side battle. Yikes Piano gets the run off of turn 2 into the backstretch. Takes the inside back from CC, and he keeps the lead off of turn 4 into the lap 200. We are not there yet. 124.
Not yet. Trainwreck now catching up with these guys up in the front, CC and Yikes. Let's see if he can take the lead away.
Bite Blocks and Smart Coder are still in a battle behind them, side by side from turn 4. A big clump behind them as well from 6th to 10th right now as they go from turn 2. It's a 3-car battle, 3 wide on the backstretch right now with Phil Almighty, Diablo, and Zayden Core.
Yeah, one of our front runners there, Diablo, fighting for 7th with Zayden Core and Phil Almighty.
Trainwreck underneath ZX Piano in turn 1 and 2. CC still getting a little bit of a run. Yikes off of the wall. Leaves Trainwreck to fight for the lead. Trainwreck gets on the quarter panel of CC, but does not make anything of it. So our top 5 for lap 127. CC 13, Trainwreck 7, UX Piano, Smart Coder, and Bite Blocks.
Man, Phil started 3rd, and he has dropped all the way back to 7th, unfortunately.
Truly is unfortunate, but with this pack that he's stuck in right now and going to get sucked into, there is definitely room for him to fall back even further, so hopefully he can stop it there. Trainwreck on the outside of UX Piano gets a little bit loose off of the bump from turn 3. Smart Coder goes underneath both of them. Both of them into the wall. Smart Coder slams UX Piano into the Trainwreck, and Trainwreck gets into the wall. Smart Coder now underneath him. 3 wide out of turn 2 from Bite Blocks. He tries to see if he can get anything done there, but he can't. Trainwreck and UX Piano for a fight for 4th. Bite Blocks hits around him as well, so now Bite Blocks is for the 4th spot.
Now all the while, CC is just pulling away as these guys fight in the back and lose time.
That's exactly what he wants. He wants them to keep fighting and keep losing their time as they battle and josh around for position. That is the best thing he can do right
now, though. Not too much happening, not moving around. But these guys are definitely looking to pass each other. Right now, Bite Blocks getting under Trainwreck, coming out of turn 2. A little bit of a gap between these guys, but that's going to close coming out of turn 4. Bite Blocks and Trainwreck. Pretty close.
Diablo makes his way up to 6th place to lead the second pack, gets around all of them in a fight still with Cobra Leon 21 out of turn 2. Phil gives him a bit of a push actually, and it's still a 3-person battle now for 6th to lead the second pack. Phil and Mighty underneath the bottom of Diablo. Cobra gets by Diablo as well. Still a big battle here. Zaydencore now joins into the fight. Cobra takes 6th, Phil is 7th, Diablo 8th. Zayden with the fight for 8th though. Trainwreck goes high into turn 4 and Bite Blocks down underneath him. Trainwreck is taking the outside line a bit too much, I would say. Losing a lot of spots right now in time. But does manage to get away from Bite Blocks, so I guess it is working.
Common occurrence here. We've got 3 packs once again. Front, middle, and back.
Alright. EX Piano underneath. Bite Blocks now a fight for 5th place. Side by side into turn 3. Bite Blocks on the outside. Piano on the inside. Piano gets a nice run out of turn 4 and keeps it straight. Doesn't have the run that Bite Blocks has. Bite Blocks gives him a little bit of a tap into turn 1. Underneath him, quarter panel gets a little bit loose, and that will be our top 5 unless he gets sent on it. Bite Blocks down low. EX Piano with a big run out of turn 4, and he is safe with 4th. Smart Coder now catching back up to CC. His gap diminished severely.
Yeah, fighting for that first place spot. Trainwreck also, a bit of a gap between him and Smart. But Trainwreck has been very strong, should easily catch up to these guys. Bite Blocks and Kyle Busch back there. And a bit of a battle for 4th place. And Bite Blocks under him will get the overtake. But watch the crossover from Kyle Busch there on his quarter panel. There he goes into turn 2. Turn 2.
Anybody wondering, Kyle Busch is UX Piano. That's who I keep referring to him as his username.
Same guy. Just a fierce battle between Bite Blocks and Kyle Busch. Not beneficial to either of them as they keep losing time trying to catch CC, Smart Coder, and Trainwreck.
3-man battle for 8th place here is Diablo, Zaydencore, and Shulk jostle for positions into turn 3 and 4. Shulk takes the lead out of turn 4. Diablo still fighting these lap cars. There's a little bit of a spin in turn 2 here from Bite Blocks, I believe. Everyone keeps it straight, though. Top 3 looking now. CC with 13, Smart Coder, Trainwreck, UX Piano, and Bite Blocks. Still a solid running right now as Bite Blocks gets back underneath UX Piano. There is still a battle for this 4th place spot.
You know, we heard CC talking about him not being as strong as a driver as Smart Coder or Trainwreck, but here he's pulling away from these two. He's looking much stronger than them. I mean, 0.8 of a gap, and even more because Smart Coder just hit the wall. But they're still strong, you know? I mean, these all are strong drivers. All 3 of these guys are from Jackal, and they know these cars the best out of anybody.
Interesting development here in the very back of the pack as the leaders are starting to catch up to them as Vitawa gets turned sideways right in front of the leaders. Oh, this is not good. He's sliding across the backstretch. CC does get by him. Smart Coder may have to do a little bit of a dance to get away from them as well. Trainwreck now blocked by the lapped cars. Oh dear, these lapped cars everywhere. Jack Liam's now getting loose into the backstretch in front of the leaders as well. Smartcoder and CC now together in a very tight battle. Once was a big gap, now turned small, with more lapped cars in front of them and no end of the lapped cars in sight. Bit of a battle for first as CC goes way fast into the corner of Big Send, but keeps it straight because of Smartcoder on his quarter panel. Lead stays the same as of now, lap 148. So Trainwreck still fighting this lapped car to get by him. Finally seems to look like he will as he takes the inside. Does tap the wall and he stays in a battle. Bite Blocks and Kabush are now fighting for 4th and 5th still, with the lapped car now in the mix. AJ down 3. Expand out with a big send into Bite Blocks. Bite Blocks trying to keep it straight off of turn 4, off of the wall. Almost spins, gets loose on the front stretch. Keeps it together though. Another send from Kyle Busch. Oh my goodness. He's taking everything.
Gives Bite Blocks a
guy.
massive push. It's going to give enough room for him to pull away.
CC makes his way on a lap car. A big collision between the leaders. Lap car in the way. Gets in the way of CC. Bumping and clashing. Lap car around into turn 3. Into the Bite Blocks. Everyone does manage to get... No, it doesn't. Vital gets loose off into turn 4. And Trainwreck and Bite Blocks get into collision as well.
Green flag is still out. This is a blessing for Smartcoder and CC, as they're going to be able to pull away from Trainwreck and Bite Blocks possibly.
That's what I'm assuming they're hoping for. Jack Liam's now into the pits with his damage that got torn off. He got sent into the air almost. That was crazy.
Yeah, massive damage for Jack Liam's. No wonder he's in the pits.
Smartcoder now in the lead because of the little incident. Bite Blocks and Trainwreck behind them in a duel. CC taking a line that involves the apron, which is very interesting. Trainwreck and Bite Blocks in still have a little bit of a duel right now. Bite Blocks on the outside, Trainwreck getting a big run on the inside, gets underneath him into the front stretch, and Trainwreck secures 3rd place for at least this turn. Bite Blocks tries to get a good run off of the outside, not a great run. CC gets underneath Smartcoder for 1st place, actually. Trainwreck now stays in front of Bite Blocks. Side by side into turn 1 and 2 with a lapped car in front of them.
Yep, gotta watch out for that lap car. It's gonna slow these guys down significantly. Not more than them fighting, though. That's slowing them down much more. Trainwreck and Bite Blocks and Kyle Busch are now catching up to them, closing that gap ever slightly.
6-car pack behind them as well. Very tight-knit here with the mid-pack cars, Phil Almighty and Cobra Leon fighting for 6th place. CC makes a move into turn 4, gets by Smartcoder. Now CC has the lead on the backstretch. Smartcoder on the inside side, it takes some turn, he slides into turn 3. Just keeps it together.
Close one there.
Keeps it together, but slid a very long way. Smartcoder now with a bunch of collisions with the leaders right now. He's not that clean of a driver, it's seeming right now.
Oh, nobody's that clean here. Short tracks, shorter than Bristol. There's going to be a bunch of bumps and a bunch of collisions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You just got to expect that.
Trainwreck on the inside of Stacy as Stacy rides the wall. Trainwreck now in 2nd place behind Smartcoder, looking to chase down the leader. With a big bump into turn 4.
All 5 of these cars up front are all packed together now.
The and
Kyle
goes around into
Busch.
turn 1. Bite Blocks with a big push sends him around. He keeps the car straight, though, off of the spin and keeps it going.
Single car wreck. Not going to bring out the caution.
Will not bring out the caution. You are correct. CC and Trainwreck now fighting for the 3rd spot and 2nd spot, with Bite Blocks looking on from behind. Smartcoder hoping to get away with this lead right now.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot.
Bite
Blocks just sitting back there, waiting for things to develop, watching, seeing if they might wreck, waiting for his chance.
The X-Piano now in a little bit of an island between both packs. Lapped car starting to hold up Smartcoder, getting to that point. Bite Blocks now hitting on Trainwreck's inside as he gets to the wall. And Bite Blocks does get by him. Will he keep the lead on this backstretch? Sorry. Oh my god. Seems so. Lapped car in the way now of the leaders. Smartcoder right on the bumper of Stampy Funcat, who is the lapped car right now.
Stampy is not going to give this to him.
He will
Stampy's
not.
going to fight for this lap.
CC with a big run on the outside. Side by side now. Lapped car still in the way with a huge bump from Smart Coder. CC on his inside now. Stampy Funkette still in the way, hoping for a caution or something to save him. And CC goes around both of them on the inside. Gets a solid run, but Smart Coder on the run on the outside as well gets a big run. Stampy still in the way. Bite Blocks now in third place, taking over Trainwreck. And CC takes the lead back from Smart Coder. CC now the first to deal with this lapped car. The Smart Coder takes the inside, does not get the runoff. Bite Blocks right behind Smart Coder, side by side into turn 3. Bite Blocks on Smart Coder for second place. CC in the laps car. Trainwreck in the mix now for second place too. Smart Coder looking to drop to 4th here. A bit of a slide from Trainwreck. CC on the inside of the lapped car almost turns him.
He's fed up with this. He's done. He's done with Stampy. Finally gets
him on the outside.
by him.
Bite Blocks
Oh, and
around
Bite
from
Blocks.
Trainwreck. Turn 4. Backstretch through
Still
around the front
around.
stretch. Bite Blocks takes a collision off a Trainwreck.
Oh my gosh,
Coder
that's
around into
2
turn 4.
cars.
Turn 2, I apologize.
That'll bring out
That's
the caution.
a yellow
Oh
flag,
my gosh.
multiple car wreck. Stampy Funcat
Jeez.
lost the lead lap by 1 car.
Unfortunate for Stampy.
I
Gosh.
think, however, he will be getting the lucky dog if that is a thing in this race. Lap
believe it is.
170 will be the caution that breaks our over and under.
There you go. I think it was lap 169 actually. The caution was actually on.
Caution was the lap that they slid across the finish line, so I think it was lap 170 when it came out
Okay.
at least.
Okay.
Well, that was interesting.
Very. Oh, CC's gonna bring it down. Forfeit the lead. Actually, I think everybody.
Or not,
might.
every car might come into the pits
Everybody.
here. It's a huge line of cars here. Nobody takes the advantage. Jack Liam's actually takes the advantage of the no pitting lane.
Phil's
and
gonna
he'll
get
take the
a
lead.
penalty. Unfortunately, he is outside of his box. Smart Coder will also take a penalty. CC might take a penalty as well. Bunch of guys who have been up front, all taking penalties. Bite Block's going to take a penalty. Shulk also going to take a penalty.
CC does not seem to be having a penalty. We have the one car
That is
of
odd.
yeah, it is very odd. We have the one car of let's see. Let me just quick run through the
Run
list
through
here.
Who is it? Bite Blocks?
Who is the one? Yeah, Bite
Bite
Blocks is the one
Bite
car.
Blocks. Yep. 61 as
Bite
well.
Blocks will be getting a
Of
penalty.
Shulk.
The 61 of Shulk. Yes, the 61 of Shulk will also have a penalty. Seems as if Jack Liams will be taking a pit, which will mean he's going to be lost the lead at least, or he may be multiple laps down, and that's why he had to stay. Smart Coder into the pits late, likely to fix some damage, as well as Bite Blocks most likely to fix his damage.
Yep. Not Bite Blocks.
Or not.
He's going to stay out. I think he fixed his damage while he was in the pits. He said, might as well fix my damage as I have a penalty.
Alright, and as the pit shuffles come back around, we have our top 5 of CC13, UX Piano, or Kyle Bush, Fel Almighty in 3rd, once again on the podium, Zayden Core 24 in 4th, and Shulk 505 in 5th, with Trainwreck in 6th looking on.
Oh, and there goes Stampy, getting his lucky dog pass around. Lucky for him. Deserves it, honestly, fighting very hard to keep his lap for, fighting against CC. That also make it a lot more interesting. These guys, CC, Yikes, Trainwreck, were all much closer to each other, and now it's a little more spread out. Our common front runners with Yikes and CC are the only ones up front. We've seen Phil a little bit up front. He's sitting 3rd now. Oh, actually, Yikes is going to come down pits. Not sure about that.
May have gotten damage from the pace lap.
Likely. But yeah, our guys up front, haven't seen too much of Zayden, haven't seen too much of Shulk up front at all.
Is speeding on the backstretch, apparently. As Jack Liams pulls the car into the garage, it seems as if he is going to be done for today. As he takes his leave. Which brings us back down to a 14-car pack. Started with 18. Well, should have started with 18. Started with 16. Now at 14. Hopefully the lag should become that little bit more bearable.
Yep. This is Phil's second or third chance up front now.
I believe this is his second.
Yep.
Alrighty. If the pace car does not come in within this lap, I am likely going to leave very quickly to go get myself a drink.
Okay.
My voice box is quite parched.
Yep,
All right,
go for
we'll
it.
see 2 more laps of caution. I will be right back.
Your top 5 are going to be CC13, Kyle Boosh or Yikes Piano. Third is Phil Almighty. Fourth will be Zaydencore, and fifth will be Shulk. And then Trainwreck sitting behind Shulk, looking to get into that top 5. One of the guys we saw a bunch, Diablo, sitting in 8th place. Going to be looking to get back up front where he's used to. And the pace car is, well, I would say he was coming down pit lane, but he did not go down pit lane. He just went all the way around. CC leads this pack coming out of turn 4 to the green flag. Here we go. Good jump from CC. Gets a bit of a distance between him and Piano. Phil Almighty, Shulk, Zayden all following. Kyle Busch going to be looking in on that 13 car. Not too much happening. All single file, but there goes Trainwreck pushing Shulk into Zayden to Phil. All piling up, creating a bit of a gap between Yikes and Zayden.
3 wide into turn 3 with Smart Coder, Diablo, and Cobra Leon.
CC and Yikes pulling away. Only thing between them is Zaydencore.
Shulk takes a bad hop out of turn 2, leaving Trainwreck and Phil Almighty open. Trainwreck going on the inside of Phil Almighty. Looks like Trainwreck will get the 4th spot here if he can keep it on the inside. He does. Gets a solid run with a question mark. Phil gets a better run. Big nudge into turn 3. Phil on his quarter panel. Keeps it clean though. And Trainwreck will get that 4th spot. A little bit of a duel between Diablo and Smart Coder for 8th place through turn 2 and 3. Beast now with Diablo and Smart Coder for a 3-way battle for 8th place. Cobra Leon right in front of them. As Diablo gets into the wall, Beast gets sent wide. Or shallow.
Gotta watch that merge.
CC now continuing to pull away, keeping his lead together as Yikes Piano and Zaydencore fight for the 2nd place spot.
Yeah, CC starting to pull away a bit. That's exactly what he wants.
Battle for 5th between Shulk and Phil Almighty, together very close. Battle for 8th between Cobra Leon and Diablo. And Bite Blocks, our former continuous podium runner, is now within 10th place out of 14. Getting fought for position by Beast, of all people, who was 10 laps down before.
Gosh.
Not a good turn of events for this man.
No, not at all.
Next, Piano and Zayden still fighting for this spot. Trainer looking on, and Bite Blocks this position, which we would usually call it. We have a small little battle between AJ Down and Vitawa in the very back of the pack. Fighting for, I believe, would be last place.
Up front, Zaydencore. Haven't seen him much up there in 2nd place. Trying to take first from CC.
Loose into turn 1, gets a little bit of a spin. CC gets bumped by Zayden at turn 1 and 2. Almost got loose, but gives him a big bump instead. Steppe Fun Cat, the little bit of the drift marks you can see on the track would have been him. I apologize. Continue.
Careful there. CC coming around turn 2 with a big gap between him and Zayden. Gonna keep trying to widen this gap even more. Almost
Smart
at 1
Motor
second.
6th now, gets by Phil Almighty. AJ down and Vitawa still fighting now on the front stretch together. It's a little one-on-one battle for 13th place.
Pretty spread out right now. Single file almost all the way through.
XPiano fighting Trainwreck for the 3rd place spot. XPiano on his inside. Takes a bit of a short line. Trainwreck into the wall. Still on his inside. Gets onto the apron. Gonna have to give him a little bit of a nudge if he wants to keep the spot. He does not. Keeps it clean, and Trainwreck gets a good distance away from him once again. CC almost in a second gap from the leader. Falls a little bit this lap.
Yeah, he's closing in, man. Wants to track TC down.
As of right now, we have a full single file pack. For the first time, I think, the entire race.
Yeah, they're very spread out right now.
The Almighty, Corleone, and Diablo now fighting for a 7th place spot. Together now, the only battle so far that is side by side. Diablo pulling away from Cobra and Phil, but Phil and Cobra still fighting. Phil gets loose off of turn 4, gets into Cobra and spins a bit, but does keep it straight. And we are
again, Phil has dropped back down to 9th place, or 8th place. My apologies. Unfortunate for him. I mean, he's been getting up to 2nd, 3rd, 4th. He has not been able to take that lead, and he's dropped once again. Unfortunate for him.
Zayden
but CC and Zayden up front.
Back. Exactly, you saw it at the same time I did. CC and Zayden are now fighting together once more. CC's gap seems to have fallen a bit more.
Yep, 0.3 of a second now. But we got a lap car and Stampy up in front of him. Definitely going to cause some problems. Oh, and Zayden taking that inside.
CC ran wide into the wall from the backstretch. Zayden gets loose onto the wall. Nearly spins out there. Does manage to keep this position. Trainwreck now looking on from behind, right behind CC, giving him a little bit of a bump. Now a 3-way battle for first. Zayden gets a big bump from Trainwreck. CC gets bumped out to the outside. Zayden Core keeps the 1st place. Trainwreck gets 2nd now. CC with a big little bit of a set. Well, a big send into turn 1 and 2. Trainwreck keeps it on the outside. CC now going to get underneath Trainwreck. Hopefully he can keep this spot as Zayden begins pulling away. We have Smart Coder and Shulk fighting for 5th back there, but XPiano in front of them in 4th.
My apologies.
Still fighting. All good, sir. Zayden Core now pulling away from the small pack that they have. Trainwreck and CC is still in a little bit of a duel. Lapped car in front of Zayden of Stampy Funcat. Will he let Zayden go, or will he fight the leaders like he did the last time there was a caution?
He's gonna fight. 100% expected. There it is. Give him a bump.
Comes right down from the outside on the inside. Keeps Zayden Core in check. Zayden Core does get by him on the inside of the turn, and Stampy does not get a good enough run to keep him behind him. Stampy is now a lap down. CC now on the inside of him. Stampy running this middle to high line, and not really working out for him if he's trying to fight the lines here. Trainwreck now also on the inside. Every single leader getting by him on the inside. It seems as if he's finally letting them go, I would hope.
You would hope, but might not be the case.
Phil Almighty and Bite Blocks now in a little bit of a scuffle with Beast behind them, looking on for 9th place. My bad. Phil getting away from that little bit of a pack, but Bite Block still with his. He has a really good line to keep Phil in check, so that battle will not end anytime soon, I would imagine.
No doubt.
XPiano
Both good drivers.
Now in a fight for 3 wide off of turn 2. Shulk, Yikes, and Smart Coder for 4th place. As the top 3 leaders fight for
careful there.
Piano takes him on the inside, on the middle. Shulk forced down to the apron. Another fight. A big send from Shulk and a big send from Yikes at the same time. They both made a massive collision, and Smart Coder gets away scot-free with 4th place. Lots of tire sliding from Yikes, Piano, and Shulk there. Yikes into the wall.
Oh,
Stampy
Piano.
Funcat on the inside. Oh, around goes Stampy Funcat.
Back into the track. Ooh, narrowly avoids
Keeps it away from the other drivers onto the apron. Car, no caution will come out because of this.
Diablo narrowly avoided Stampy Cat, who slid back up onto the track. Narrowly misses a massive crossing.
Zayden Core getting fought by CC. CC finds the inside off of turn 2, and now Zayden has lost the lead to CC. Trainwreck still looking on. CC off of the wall with a little bit of a bump from Zayden to turn 1 and 2. Side by side through 1, through 2. On the backstretch, Zayden Core does not get the run he was looking for on the outside, and CC keeps the lead, but Zayden does manage to get the inside with a little bit of ascend. Stevie Funcat still on the apron of the track, trying to find his way back up. CC on the outside, a little bit of a push from Trainwreck. Keeps on his quarter panel, but Trainwreck gives a massive bump to Zayden into turn 3 and 4 on the backstretch. Zayden now on the apron, holding the line very slow to keep the leaders behind him. Trainwreck gets a little bit of a bump off of the wall, and CC now gets on the inside of Zayden Core through 1 and 2. CC keeping it clean and safe. As he gets through 3 and 4 narrowly. Zayden Core with a switchback does make it back on the inside. This is a 4-lap battle now we've had. Side by side at least a little bit. Zayden Core gets by him on the inside. CC gonna try and look for his switchback move here. Zayden runs the inside, keeps it high, so he doesn't get the run he wants, and Zayden Core keeps the run off of turn 4. CC finds the inside with his quarter panel, forces him up high into the mid lane, and now it's still side by side, 5 laps straight here now. CC takes the inside. It's Trainwreck now on the battle, gets underneath Zayden Core. Zayden Core down into 2nd, Trainwreck into 3rd. Wait. I stepped backwards. Trainwreck is in 2nd. This is 3rd.
Trainwreck's in 3rd. CC's in 2nd or 1st. What's happening? CC's in 1st. Train's in 2nd. Zayden in 3rd.
Correct.
There you go.
Correct. All right. CC on the outside. Trainwreck now on the inside. Is still a huge battle for the here, with almost 30 laps to go. CC still fighting for his spot. Trainwreck does not get the run he was looking for out of turn 2. CC keeps the bump. Keeps the lead right now. Will he hit the wall? He will not. Trainwreck gets
he does.
Zayden
does hit the wall.
Keeps it together, though. Leaders stay 1, 2, and 3. Zayden Core on the inside of Trainwreck. 7 now for
Can allow CC to pull away just a little bit.
CC gets an absolutely massive gap that he absolutely desperately needed right now. Zayden Core and Trainwreck still fighting side by side now. As right in front of them, you can see a couple lap cars fighting. Tawa and Phil Almighty. Phil Almighty has dropped down to 11th now. 3-way battle.
Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Zayden Core now trying to see if he can catch back up to CC as Trainwreck takes a little bit of a gap behind him. Solid runs from all 3 of these guys. Diablo and Stampy Funcat into the pits for some maneuvers. In front of the leaders, still a big battle between Phil and Tawa, and AJ down 3.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. CC gets collected by AJ down, as well as Stampy.
Shulk behind him
and
gets wrecked by Smart Coder, and that's a multi-car crash. That is a yellow flag. CC gets around the leaders, almost a checker here, and CC barely does not get first place from Trainwreck. Zayden Core spinning past the start-finish line. That's certainly some damage for him.
Yeah.
Keeps it off of the other cars.
You know, in the old Jackal cars, you know, Gen 7 and 6, damage was not a problem. You could come across that line and hit the wall all you want. But now, coming across that line after the yellow flag comes out, you got to park and slow it down, not hit that wall so you don't take any damage.
Man, oh man. Our 6th caution on lap 224. 25 laps to go here as we come across the line with the pits cycle.
Who's gonna try?
Someone has to try.
Stick it out.
Someone is Shulk,
stick it out.
Stampy,
Someone's
Funcat,
gonna
and
stick
Diablo.
it out. There you go.
Our top
Shulk
5 come
and
into pit.
Stampy.
We'll see how that pit cycle turns out for their positioning.
CC with a clean pit. Smart Coder not so much.
All pits look good so far.
Pipe Block's still entering, and he
a
gets...
little bit of collision with Cobra.
Gosh.
Trying to get out of his pit cycle too early.
Still cannot get into the pits, and he just decides, oh.
Oh, he continues. He's trying.
He continues. He tried. Gave it his all.
All right. With that
Gosh, that's very unfortunate for Pipe Block.
That leader cycle, that leaves us with Shulk as our leader. Coming into the red... Oh my gosh. A big collision with Diablo, as Diablo now most likely has damage, which will take the wave around or whatever he's doing. I do not know. Might be a red flag here as the pace car drives the apron. No.
Possibly. No.
So, as we're looking at our top 5 now, it seems as if we have Shulk 505 as our leader, Cobra Leon 21 as our 2nd place runner, Trainwreck, a consistent top runner here, in 3rd, CC right behind him in 4th, and Yikes Piano or Kyle Bush in 5th, with Smart Coder looking on in 6th. you had these top 6, who do you think's winning this race if they're staying like this the rest?
Oh man, it could be between any of these guys. You know, Trainwreck, CC, Yikes, Smart Coder have all been very strong. 2 guys we haven't seen too much, Shulk and Cobra Leon, but Cobra Leon has been sitting back there behind these top 5, kind of just sitting there, not doing too much, not making too big of moves, just seeing what's happening, you know, looking at the field, just taking it all in, and now he's sitting second. Good position, 20 laps to go. This might be his time. Cobra Leon.
Bite Blocks, we were previously told was the 2020 winner of the Candycane, has been called to the back because of his tire being out during his pit cycle. It seems he'll take it back in to get his stuff that he really, really needed.
Who would be your pick out of these top 6, 7 here?
I would say if we had to pick one person, I would say CC13 right now. He's been consistent, hasn't been wrecking himself, hasn't been wrecking others really. Kept it together. He's been leading for most of this end of the half race now, so I would say he has the best chance as of right now.
100%.
Solid 4th position now too with the single file restart, so we won't be within the first top 3 pack fighting.
Yeah. What do you think about a dark horse candidate?
Dark Horse? I would say Cobra Leon. We haven't been talking much about him because he wasn't ever in the top. He's not mostly in the top 3 or 4.
Nah, he's usually just sitting right outside.
He's sitting right outside in 5th or 6th right now. He's been having a solid race, and he's been fighting people like Phil Almighty and Zayden Core and Yikes for the entire race, but we haven't ever really seen him up at the front. But now he's in 2nd with 20 to go with all fresh tires and fuel. So depending on how his start goes, we might see him in victory lane too if we're talking about Dark Horse candidates.
Definitely. Possible candidate there. I also like Zayden. He's one of my favorites too. He's been just kind of sitting there waiting, just like Cobra Leon. But here they come around for turn 4.
Pace car is in. Shulk takes the restart zone. It's a green flag off turn 4. Big jump from Cobra Leon behind him. Trainwreck on the outside. Shulk takes the apron onto turn 1. And CC with a huge, oh my god, a massive jump into turn 1 and 2. Side by side, double decker right now as we take into turn 3 and 4. Shulk and Cobra for 1st and 2nd. Trainwreck and CC for 3rd and 4th.
And Yikes Piano sitting behind him in 5th.
It's a dogfight right now. CC takes another huge send into Trainwreck, and Trainwreck sends it into Shulk. Shulk now in a little bit of a contact collision with Yikes and Shulk. Zayden getting past both of them for 4th, hopefully.
And there goes Cobra Leon with the lead now. CC13 and Trainwreck behind him. Yikes in 4th and Zayden in 5th. Trainwreck into the wall. That's going to slow him down, let CC get away. No, he's not. There comes Trainwreck back into CC, taking 2nd place. Oh, we got a caution in the back. Looks like Stampy and...
2 spins, Tawa and Stampy seem to have gotten into a
Tawa
collision.
and Stampy.
Oh
wow.
Boy, I thought my Dark Horse candidate might just run away there.
Yeah, me too, man. That was my Dark
that.
Horse. Cobra. Gosh,
Trevor's
he was pulling away
for
there.
a shutdown.
All right, let's get an interview in here.
Left.
I'd love to hear from Cobra. Wouldn't you?
Sure.
We'll see if he has a mic.
Would you like me to try
Where is he? I'm trying to look for him. I don't know who he is.
He would be, I think, FM4, FM
Yeah, okay, yeah.
5.
That's what I thought.
Get him in here. Hello, Cobra.
This Cobra?
Mr. Leader of the race so far. Do you have a mic by chance?
Yeah, I
Got a
do.
mic?
Awesome.
There you go.
So,
Awesome.
You're taking the lead right now on this red flag with 15 to go here. What are you thinking right now, considering you've been just outside the top 5 or so for the entire race?
Very nervous, but with somehow a kind of a chance.
Okay, we've seen you in the middle, barely at the middle of the pack, somewhere in the top of the pack the entire race so far. You've been flying under the radar recently, and we were talking about who we think in the top 5 or 6 is going to win right now. We have Dark Horse candidates, and I picked you, because you've been running pretty solidly throughout the mid pack, and I think that you have a pretty good chance of winning this if you can keep this to yourself. What do you think about the pit cycles? Do you think that the pit cycles was the best thing that happened to you this race, or was it something that's just...
Oh yeah,
really?
very much, because I went from like P8 to 2nd.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
if I can be consistent, like all I need to be consistent is like
do not get the slow-mo lag, because then I cannot like get into the corners correctly or come out of them.
Yeah, lag spikes are definitely a problem in this race, especially with the increased amount of cars that you'd have. But so the cars that are behind you have Trainwreck, CC13, X Piano, and Zayden Core Smart Coder behind him as well. They've all been consistent leaders throughout this race so far. I think pretty sure CC and Smart Coder together have led 200 or so of the laps.
The one I am most afraid of is probably CC, because he has been fucking flying right now, like insanely fast. He has like dominated almost all the race, from what I remember. So
he's definitely been one of the best leaders so far.
Very strong, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has the most laps led at this point. He would.
Yeah.
Likely, yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Cobra, and good luck, man.
Good luck.
We wish you the
Good
best.
luck, sir. I like that guy.
Me too. Foreign driver. Definitely strong, as he's sitting in first. Dark horse candidate, indeed.
AJ down, taking a wave around from the field. Pace car takes him behind the backstretch. Will not come in this lap. We will still have one more lap of yellow. Shulk seems to be coming into the pits now as well from 7th place.
Damage,
Tawa
most
and
likely.
Diablo as well as behind him too.
Oh wait, were we red?
We were red, yes.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
Very interesting race has happened to Diablo recently. He went from leading this race handily to now being behind us from all of the pack, really. He's down
Yeah.
to 10th. We haven't
Not
seen
sure.
him back at the top at all this race since he's come down.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I mean, I know he had a green flag pit stop. That could have definitely been what messed him up, because I know he had that green flag pit stop right before the server shut down. He did get his lap back, and he was on the lead lap, but he was in the back. And that might have been what, messed him up.
So after finalizations with the pit cycle, our top 5 will be Cobra Leon 21, Trainwreck 7, 13C, Yikes Piano, and Zayden Core 24, with Smart Coder looking on from 6th.
As well as Phil Almighty sitting behind Smart Coder in 7th, who we've seen a lot of, but has not been able to consistently stay in the top 3 or 4.
Very interested to see how the rest of this race is going to go out. Restart zone, Cobra Leon takes the start on the apron. Trainwreck behind him and CC in 3rd behind him. Zayden gets a big run into turn 1 and 2, right past Piano, but does not keep it. 1, 2, 3 into turn 3. As Trainwreck takes a massive slide into turn 3, almost taking out Cobra.
Gave him a nice little push, though. Ooh. Yikes in the back, shuffling back behind Zaydencorn's Smart Coder.
Fight between Bite Blocks, Beast, and Unspoken Riz. Unspoken Riz. AJ down 3 right now. At turn 3 and 4, Diablo gets by AJ as well. Diablo and Bite Blocks now 1 position apart from Beast, and the separate between them. Bite Blocks.
There's a fight for first place up here with Cobra Leon, Trainwreck, and CC trying to pull away from CC.
Oh, Big Wreck in turn 3.
Oh,
Diablo around.
Diablo.
Tawa taken into the impact, but does not seem to go around fully. Stampy Funcat now behind them, very slow on this track. Lap cars might become an issue already. We have 9 laps to go here at this Candycane 250. Cobra Leon taking an apron line, CC on the inside line, Trainwreck on the outside. Smart Coder in the paddle as well now. Cobra Leon trying to desperately keep behind, get this gap while he can while they're fighting. CC on the inside so far. Smart Coder takes the inside off of Trainwreck. Smart Coder takes 3rd place. Right on the inside of CC. CC takes a massively wide line. Zayden Core also in the side. CC takes a contact. Trainwreck around on the backstretch. Does he keep it straight? He does, back into Zayden Core. Car wreck, but Zayden Core keeps it straight. Trainwreck keeps it straight, and so does Zayden Core. Trainwreck out of this duel now. Stampy Funcat on the apron, holding up the leaders behind Cobra. Cobra now with a massive
Almighty goes around. There goes Phil Almighty.
Multiple car wrecks, but none 2 cars at the same time.
Oh, Cobra Leon.
Cobra Leon on the slide! Misses the corner. Almost
Gosh.
2 seconds of a lead lap, now cut down to almost a second, if not less. Smart Coder in second place down on the inside of CC. CC on a big slide into turn 3 off of Zaydencore. Zaydencore takes him around. Oh my goodness.
That's a one
Zaydencore have a
car.
3-wide battle for first in turn 1 and 2. Smart Coder and Zaydencore get past Cobra Leon. Cobra Leon having serious problems with the lag right now. Smart Coder gets by him. Turn 3, Zaydencore in second, Smart Coder in first. Oh my goodness.
3 laps. 4 laps.
4 laps to go now. Smart Coder leading Zaydencore by less than half a second. Cobra Leon seriously struggling to keep that car straight. The lag is seriously hitting right now. Trainwreck passed him in a third. 2-horse battle now for first place. The Smart Coder keeps fighting off Zaydencore, holding on to this gap as much as he can. 3 laps left around this line.
Oh, Shulk bounces off the wall. That's a one-car collision.
Another
Or
one-car
one-car
wreck. Stampy Fun
wreck.
Cat in the pits right now. Lapped cars will be in front of them. Will it matter? We have no idea, but we'll find out. Smart Coder takes the lead lap with 2 laps left. Stampy Fun Cat on the inside on the apron. Lapped car. Always dangerous. Stays on the apron. Keeps it together, though. Zaydencore half a second behind Smart Coder right now as they go into turn 3 and 4 with 1 lap to go here as we cross from the restart zone. Oh my
There's
god,
the
I'm
white
excited.
flag.
Smart Coder half a second lead in the 1 and 2. Backstretch gives a half second.
I'm sorry.
Smart Coder
And
crosses the
Smart's
line
gonna
and he is
cross
the
the
winner.
line. There's our winner. That's it.
Anticlimactic ending, but it does end up
Very.
being interesting finish just at the end there. Smart Coder will be your winner, second place. Trainwreck, third place. Beast somehow from 10 laps down earlier in the race to get
Wow.
a podium finish.
That is
XPM
amazing.
in fourth,
Wow.
and Bite Block finishes the race in fifth. Phil Almighty in sixth, T13 seventh, Diablo in eighth, Vitala in ninth, Cobra Leon 21 in 10th, Zayden Core 11th, Shulk in 12th, AJ Down in 13th, Stampy Funcat in 14th. 14 laps down. What a finish! Oh my gosh!
very, very crazy finish.
Definitely should have been a caution here or there, but
Yep,
we can't
I
really
definitely
stop
think
it now.
so. Nope.
Smart Coder, your winner as Shulk 505 does some donuts across the start-finish line. Oh, big rack into the front stretch as Zayden Core since spinning. Smart Coder finally taking his victory. Donuts. Shulk on the front of his car. This could get messy.
That is $100 for Smart Coder, $25 for Trainwreck, and 1,000 Robux for Beast.
Will we see some donuts? That is the real question here. Does not seem like he will. I think we should finally get some final interviews in here.
Yep, definitely.
Finally get this race done.
Uh-huh.
Who do you think? Are we getting the leader in first, or are we getting someone else in? So, maybe he's doing his donuts now. Never mind.
Oh, donuts?
Will he do them?
I
Oh
think
my
he's
gosh.
trying.
He's definitely trying.
He's definitely trying.
Oh
run
my
some
goodness.
people
It runs
over.
it runs over 2 drivers. Oh my goodness. Big collision
There it
with the
is.
wall. We'll count it as a donut. We'll count it. We'll absolutely count it.
Couple donuts here and there as he wall rides.
Man, oh man. Who would have thought that the biggest problem in this race wouldn't have been the drivers behind him, but it definitely would have been the lag that prevented Cobra Leon from finishing in his first place. That was
Yeah.
few laps to
Very
go, and he just
tragic.
couldn't hold it straight. And then
Tragic.
finishing in 10th.
Yeah. That lag killed him.
Very tough scenes. I think we should get our
Yeah.
man of the hour in here, Mr. Smart
Yep.
Coder. 200, 400, 300, and 200 into here. Smart Coder! Congratulations, sir, on your win. Oh my goodness.
Well done, buddy.
That
Thank
was
you.
a very interesting finish. I was glad to be commentating for that one. So we had the leader Cobra Leon 21 and with a very handily 2-second lead going into 5 laps left, but he seemed to be having massive lag spike issues, and that caused everybody to get jumbled up, including you with second place and first place fighting off. I believe it was Trainwreck.
Yep.
How did that ending really? How'd you feel about that ending?
I mean, pretty good. I mean, winning it obviously, but it's obviously rough, the lag and everything with such a new car. But that's to be
Right.
expected in something still under development. And I mean, it wasn't always terrible, but that's just kind of what happens with it sometimes.
How many practice laps did you run in these cars?
I don't know. I didn't run too many.
No.
I just kind of hopped on every now and then. And when we got closer to the heats, I started to really practice. But I don't think I ever did more than like 50 in a single. Well, I did like 70 at one point when we were all like here racing each other.
Right.
Like
right.
actual like sweating practice, I don't think I did that much for this.
So
But
with the damage and with these new tire little physics, how did they play into your race today? How did you base a strategy off of them or anything?
Not really. I mean, it's pretty hard to save your tire here, especially your right, because this track just eats up your right front tire, and there's not much you can do. You know, with how tight it is, and it's not a track that really gets loose until you're way late into a run. So I just kind of would run the laps and see what happens. Obviously, it sucks for CC. That guy was really fast and just got him cleaned right out there, right at the end, especially. And so, I mean, obviously, there's some people who just can't drive in a pack, and I don't think that helped this race. But I mean, with the strategy and the tires, it's just running the laps and hoping for the best. I mean, tires definitely mattered. I was struggling there in the first stint when I lost the lead, started to lose a bunch of time. I had engine damage and my right front was gone, and so I think I lost the lead pretty close there. And then we got all caught up in a wreck before that first like 70 lap long run happened. So it was just kind of running, and there's not too much strategy other than trying not to spin and damage your car, because you damage your car and you're kind of screwed at that point.
Absolutely.
Right.
Glad for this response. This is the longest response. Considering with the track itself, was the track good with you? Was it very difficult to run into the corners? Was it, being a short track, obviously it was very up and down with the speeds, but how was the transitions and stuff for you on the track?
It was good. I like this track. You have to drive it really aggressive to be fast, driving in really deep and braking late, and that's kind of the style of racing I've done the best at, especially in these kind of cars and the Jackal in this last season, where the races I did the best at were like New Hampshire and the heavy braking zones.
Yeah.
Where it's all about just driving in deep and then arcing it, and so it was good to me. And the tire wear was terrible, obviously, and just because it kills your right front and you can't turn the car eventually. I mean, so
Right.
It made a big difference, but it was fun to run, and the racing was fun when you actually got to race, even if it was tough of how bad the lag was, but I liked it.
So, well, you started off the last restart with what it was, 8 laps to go, right? Or was that
It was just over,
much
I
further?
believe.
Yeah, just about 8 laps to go. You were in, I believe it was 6th, and you came all the way back really at the end here to fight Trainwreck for the first spot. Was with the last few cautions, what was really running through your head while you were getting these cautions, and it was getting closer and closer to the end of the race, and suddenly there was a caution with 10 to go? What was the feelings right there at the end there when you
I
had to
mean,
get to 6th?
I don't know if I was nervous or anything. I was just, the only thing I was trying to do was get into the top 3, because those are where you get the prizes and stuff, and that's, if you don't get in the top 3, well, there's nothing you gain for any other spot, so.
Yeah.
Don't want to run 250 laps and get nothing out of it, and I knew I had the speed to win, and I knew I for sure had the speed to get the top 3, so I was kind of just all I was trying to do there in those final laps, is get up there. And it's tough, it's a bottom dominant track, and there's things you can do on the outside to set up for a pass, but it's, you kind of just have to bump the guy out of the way if you don't get a run on him, and that's kind of what I did on those the final laps of the race, with some help from Yikes Piano and Shulk, who were giving me the lane and let me go.
Yeah, speaking about those last few laps, what happened there with CC on lap, I believe it was 244.
I think he just got straight on, like full on dumped. That was from Zayden behind.
Right.
I couldn't see him. I just all of a sudden Zayden showed up and spun him around.
Right.
So with our top 3 of this race, I believe it was Diablo, Bite Blocks, and was I can't remember the third guy. But
There
were you
was
by
Train.
chance? Trainwreck was
Beast
the
was
third, right?
And
P3.
Smart. Yeah.
Beast was P3.
Beast was P3. Okay, and
Yes,
he
the
did finish
R3
in
car.
P3. So never.
Yes.
I was,
Oh,
most
you
of
were
my
talking about who
questions-
finished the race in P3. My bad.
Oh no, I'm talking about who started the race in P3.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
was
no,
the
that's-
race
Who
in
was number
P3?
21 is what my question was.
Number 21, that'd be Cobra Leon.
Cobra Leon. All right. So Cobra Leon was our leader all the way up until the last couple where he was hitting a lag spike. But as for the rest of our leaders, Diablo is talking about having a really, really rough time with people just dumping him, and he wasn't getting anything out of it with the warnings and stuff. And he was in the front for most of the first half of the race, and then after that, there was just non-existent. He was in the top 10 barely at all the entire race, with a bunch of laps down. With
Yeah. No, I mean,
our funny lap leader, also known as lap 69 leader, Bite Blocks, also being in that situation where it was just he was at the front of the entire race and he was in mid pack the entire race too, but he just couldn't get it back to where it was. What do you think of those two drivers? Like,
I
how
don't
was
know.
their race?
I think they just really weren't that fast. I mean, me and him, he was ahead of me at one point when I got stuck in the back for a little bit, and I had no problem getting ahead and getting back up to the front. So, I mean, it's probably driving style and all that, but you know, it's a short track, and I don't think they really had as much pace, especially Diablo, as they thought they had.
Sounds like a reasonable thing. You were fighting CC13 for a lot of this race too, and Trainwreck did. Was How was the attitude on track between you three? Was it like enemy type thing, or was it okay? Was it friendly, or
It was all fine. I mean, hard aggressive racing. I was worried about what was going to happen between me and Cecile before the race. Lately, we have not been the bestest of friends, just across road racing in general.
Mhm.
But no, it was all fine. We weren't mad at each other. We raced each other clean.
Right.
Gave each other engine damage at one point in the race, but you know, nothing terrible.
Well, that's awesome to hear, dude. Congratulations
Yeah.
on your win.
Congrats.
Absolutely massive job to you.
$100.
I'm pretty sure you have the most laps led too, which was very impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
But
What are you gonna do with those $100?
I don't know. I've been meaning to get a bunch of tracks on iRacing, so who knows?
gonna get like
That's
5 tracks.
Good investment, yeah. 5 tracks.
Well, good race from you, sir. I hope that your luck continues into the next season of what we're doing on, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Congratulations.
You too, man. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well, very interesting finish on the race there. Do we want to get anybody else in there?
Let's see.
See if we can get Trainwreck. We can get
Trainwreck, yeah, sure. We'll get him in here.
Second place finisher.
Trainwreck.
Mr. Trainwreck.
You're in the booth, buddy.
Are you by chance alive?
No, I am.
Oh man,
He died in the race. Unfortunate.
So second place finish. Congratulations. Not obviously not the finish anybody wants. Just behind the leader, but it's definitely not a bad situation for you. You had an awesome race overall throughout the second half of the race. But the first half was a bit shaky for you. How was your first half compared to your second half, with at least your opinion?
Honestly, after I stopped having a battle with lag more than everybody else in the track, it was pretty fine until, you know, the last racing incident. Can't really blame that on anyone, but that's really what cost me the win.
Yeah, I get that. Our leader right before the very end of the race, really, Cobra Leon, we had him in the booth. He was talking about being nervous because of just trying to keep everyone behind. He was saying everybody else was fast, but in the end, the one thing that killed him was the server instead of anything else.
Yeah.
How was the server for you there this race?
It was pretty bad the whole race. Well, until after the shutdown, it was good, but then, you know, we had 50 laps to go and it just got worse. But that was basically for everyone.
Yeah, it's I'm certain that's how it was too. Just with a bunch more people than normal, 18 drivers that you like 12 or 10 in most races, it probably definitely took a massive toll on the server. We had a lot of problems with just cars spinning out for what seemed to be like no reason. But with your second place finish, was there anything strategic wise that you wish you could have done better, or that you did good and got Good because of it.
I probably could have been a little bit more patient there at the end, since they were wrecking, and basically CC got saved from hitting off of me, and I got the brunt of that. But it was a good race to get back to second though.
Absolutely.
But
you had a really good race between you, CC, Smart Coder. Bite Blocks when it was the time for him too, but he never really made his way back up, nor did Diablo. But anything you want to add about how the race went, or what you would think?
no, I don't really think anything was the driver's fault at all. But it was a pretty good race overall due to the lag. If there was no lag, I think it would be way better. Obviously.
Gotcha. Anything from you here, Mr. Super Soldier?
Nope. I answered or asked the only question I had.
All right. Well, Trainwreck, congratulations on your second place finish. I don't. What's the did second place and third place get a prize pool?
I think second place got like $25 and third is 1,000 Robux.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. Hopefully, it would have been first, but at least you got something out of it, man. Right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome race from you. Congratulations. All right. Well, I think that about wraps up who we need to get for interviews before everyone else is gone. So,
yep.
Do you have anything before we sign off here?
It was a very hectic race. We broke that over 5 cautions. Broke
very
it
easily.
Very easily. And it was a great race. Great sportsmanship.
Mostly it was battles throughout the race, but that ending was definitely very intense. I definitely enjoyed commentating for that one. That was
me too.
I spoke too fast. My mouth started malfunctioning.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely a great race. Annual Candycane 250 every year.
Hopefully we'll be able to see hopefully a better race even than this one for next year if there is one. Hopefully there will be. But
no doubt about it.
In any case, that will be all from us, I believe. Thank you for commentating with me, Super Soldier. It was a lot of fun.
Of course, it was definitely fun, Wide.
Yes, and we maybe you might not see you next year, but have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Great Christmas, everybody.
Celebrate. This is X Wide Receiver X, and this was Super Soldier as well. Have a good night, guys.
Night.